the ground. My future's covered in smoke, but my head is up in the clouds. And maybe this will all fade after one bad day, and I'll be okay. But my life is in the worst place, and I can't wait for heartbreak from my mistakes. I don't wanna burn these bridges anymore. It's easy to say things you don't mean when you're at war. I'm just too tired to fight, but there's an end in sight. Wave the white flag, I'm yours tonight. 'Cause my heart can't take these heights. I need your love with me for life. I need your love, I need your love with me for life. Sorry it ended this way. Sorry it I need your love with me for life. Sorry it ended this way. I know I made more mistakes. I need your love with me for life.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is it too bright? It might be a bit too bright. I don't know. It kind of looks a bit too bright to me. Maybe I'm going crazy here. It does kind of look bright, doesn't it? All right. Well, that's okay. I think it's fine. Okay. Hello, everyone. Yay. I still cannot get that chat to do what I wanted to do. It is still very color. It still doesn't have the colors I want. Okay, I need to fix this still. Regardless, that's okay. I'll figure it out. Hello, everyone. So I have a new setup. Oh god, and the camera's doing weird stuff. Okay, I had to like redo everything because I got a new computer. So I'm just making sure everything's looking good. I'm gonna move some stuff around because I prefer it that way. Let me move this over here. Things will be better over here. All right. All right. So, okay, that's better. And it's a much more powerful computer by several magnitudes. So by like a couple magnitudes. So hopefully it won't crash, nothing bad will happen. I'm actually streaming on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and Twitch right now. Yeah, chat shall revolt. Here's the problem. Like, I keep trying to make it so that if you guys look at do you all agree that this looks super bad? Like, it looks, oh, you know what? What I could do, what I would like to do is I would like to make chat longer over here. Like, it doesn't look that long. Like, what the hell? Okay. I would like chat to appear. No, that's not going to look good. That doesn't look good. I would like chat to look, all your names to be different colors. Yeah, it is weird. It's not working very well, Macy. I need to figure out because like you don't really see my face on it. I need all your names to be different colors in the chat. You see how all your names are the same color? It makes it really hard for people to read it. and I keep trying to figure out how to make it do that. Okay. I know, Macy, I am, but you know me, Macy, I'm not exactly competent in self-engineering type stuff. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know why the chat's being weird right now, but okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Um, okay. But I think it looks good. I think my face looks good, right? Looks pretty good. We should add channel point rewards to Revolt and chat. I agree. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? I mean, for all of you, it'd be fun, but I'd have to strike it down viciously. Okay, so I'm also eating at the same time because you notice I'm late getting on to chat on here because I was trying to make everything look perfect, and then I didn't even eat. So I'm gonna eat some. This is a gross American food. This is just this is baked beans and hot dogs. Mm. Mm. Okay, guys, we have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Like, not good things either. Um, I did, Mithril. I got a new PC. Now, I'm probably never going to be able, I'm probably going to have to eat beans and hot dogs for the next 6 months, but I did get a new computer. Oh, Dolly Boy, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Dolly Boy. We can't talk shit, especially after this. Okay. So, we got a lot to talk about, folks. And the cartoonish evil of the American Empire really is not going well. Okay? Not going well. I mean, it is cartoonish evil. So let me, you know what I'm going to do? Let me first see who's here. Let's first see who's here. Let me just name everyone as always, because we are a community. Let's be clear about that. Hello, Diego Dubois. Hello, Dubois. Macy's here. Macy. Okay, we got, who else we got here? We got Sir Bartholomew. Hello, Sir Bartholomew. Hello, Sir Bartholomew. Guys, by the way, please help me out. If there's some setting you think I could do better, because I had to redo everything. If the sound isn't great, let me know. Okay. Who else we got here? Who else we got here? Oh, I'm pretty alarmed, David. I'm pretty alarmed. I'm very alarmed. But I am a jester, so I have to keep it I gotta keep it cool and under the surface. Anyway, Drusilla, Dolly Boy, TJ, we won't cross it. Jamil is here. Meowzord, Retro. Oh my god, guys, all the originals. This is so cute. This is so cute. I really should get a green screen Gramscian. I really should. I really should do that. Okay. Great post, by the way, in the Reacts channel there, Gramscian. Now, Gramscian, well, I'll talk to you about it in a second. Okay. Victoria, Macy, Ice is here. Ice, hello, Ice. Not our favorite Gestapo kind of Ice. We're talking just Ice, you know. And Ice mentioned to me that Ice VR uses a chat service where people will curse this person out because they have Ice in their name, which I appreciate. Although let's not judge someone just because they have Ice in their name. It doesn't mean that they actually support Ice. Okay. Burnjabi, hello, Burnjabi. David, all right. Did Maduro get what did Maduro deserve what he got? No. Well, that's debatable, but it's irrelevant. We shouldn't have done it. It doesn't matter whether he deserved it or not. I don't care. Okay. And folks, we are streaming right now on YouTube and YouTube Shorts. And I want to warn everyone, you know, when we do YouTube short streams, typically we get a lot of trolls. So I'm just warning you all in advance. You know, for the people out there that are my mods, have fun. Okay. Okay. They could be, Archang. You could be. Yeah, exactly. It's irrelevant. We still shouldn't have done it. It doesn't matter. Why are we have a bunch of allies that are horrible people, but we never overthrow them. Because it isn't about him. It's about imperial power, about oil, and about rare earth minerals. Okay. Shall we begin, folks? Now, we got a lot to talk about. It does, Gramscian. First thing is this. Oh my god, it's an infinite screen. Oh, you know what? I need to change the. Oh my god, look at that. It's like the Inception. It's like Inception. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'll fix it. Don't worry, guys. Nothing to worry about. Okay. So I'll do that. Move that over here. Move that there. There we go. Okay. And this can go here. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So let's chat, shall we? You all have heard of the things that have happened, and I suspect most of you know what happened, right? You all know that the American empire, in an act of, cartoonish evil, went in under thanks to Donald Trump, and yeah, they totally did. Archangel, yeah, it really did. Uh, so went in and removed Maduro from power and his wife. They basically abducted them. Took them back to the U.S. And now today, they are, I believe, meeting a judge. He is meeting a judge for the first time. And the cartoonish evil of this is it's funny because Trump has openly said that we're going to take the oil. We're going to, he said, we're going to rule the country for a while. And there are multiple things wrong with this. Okay. First of all, see our kind of like Clash Royale. I'm like Clash Royale, exactly. There are multiple things wrong with this. First, we could talk about, that small little thing called morality. Now, I know, it's the American government. What the hell is morality, right? Who cares about international law? We can attack whoever we want, whenever we want, murder a bunch of innocent civilians. We've overthrown probably around 100 regimes in our lifetime. I mean, not in our lifetime, but like in the lifetime of the country. Just so there's a morality issue with this, but we all know that, right? We all know that invading a sovereign country and kidnapping their leader is bad, right? And now, the first thing I want to talk to you about, folks, is that I haven't heard people maybe talk about as much is I know a lot about military history, and so I wanted to quickly let me open up Canva here before I show you some of the stuff on X I've seen about this. Let's quickly talk. Okay? Let's talk for a second. Okay, R6. This is a great disagreement to have. So R6 here says, we don't need their oil. It's too expensive to extract. At this point, we're extracting more oil than Saudi Arabia. In my opinion, it's merely to create some sort of rally around the flag effect. So that's a fair. I slightly disagree with you, R6. That is a fair analysis, though. They do have heavy crude. Heavy crude is very hard to clean up. However, most of the refineries for heavy crude are in the United States, in Texas and Louisiana. Those companies have struggled because we haven't been taking as much Venezuelan heavy crude. So they want that heavy crude so that they can refine it and make money refining it. So there is a desire there by American refinery countries, refining companies to have more Venezuelan heavy crude. Also, if you look at over time, the amount of America still imports oil, and the main kind of oil we import is heavy crude. So it would reduce our ability to. This would help us not have to import so much heavy crude. And so anyway, there are a bunch of reasons for this. We also just don't like the fact, Venezuela has the largest reserve of oil in the world. Hello, Lee Lane. The largest reserve of oil in the world. Okay, in the world. So who wants their hand in that? China does, Russia does, Iran does. And they've been forming a lot of close relationships with Venezuela. So we, in an attempt to protect our imperial interests, want to get that oil into our hands so that the Venezuelans can't decide who it goes to. And so those other big countries don't have a hand in deciding where it goes to. So it is largely about oil, but there is also, we can debate that though, R6, I'm okay with disagreeing. We all, it also is about rare earth minerals. There's tons of rare earth minerals in Venezuela. And it is also about the Monroe Doctrine, which I've talked about on stream before. It's about imperial control. Okay. All right, you guys. So, and don't worry, folks. I'll shut off the stream over on Shorts if I need to. Okay. I haven't seen many. I haven't seen really any trolls or anything yet. Okay. So, all right. So, I want to talk to you today really fast. So this is clearly, and Trump has openly said it's about oil. Yes, I have. Oh my God, R6. Could you guys hear that, by the way? You all remember, right? I did a full R6. No, please keep commenting. You know, everyone here knows how to derail me, and it's great because we like getting derailed in this chat. Right. He literally, I did a whole stream about the Monroe Doctrine, and then like now this happens where he literally cites the Monroe Doctrine. He literally cites the Monroe Doctrine in his speech about it. Okay, yes, you do, Dolly Boy. I know, Meowzord. I ignored you. Okay. He literally, except he says like it's the Dunroe Doctrine, the Dunroe Doctrine. I'm like, wow, okay, great, yay, American imperial interest, love that. So anyway, let's talk really quickly about military stuff. Now, again, we already have acknowledged that morality of this issue bad, but people, I wanted to just talk about something real fast. So so I'm going to make the presentation as we go. All right. When you talk about military strategy, all right, military strategy. By the way, folks, I never said this, but if we get 1 super chat, I'll put on the jester hat. If we get 3 super chats, I'll put on the jester collar, all right? If we get 5, I'm feeling feisty today, I will put on the jester makeup because, good God, we need it at this point in this country, don't we? We need some jester makeup. If we get to 7, we will play a game. If we get to 10, I will either do an After Dark stream or extend the stream. I think right now I'm thinking extend the stream, but okay. All right. You know, Druzilla, that's not wrong. So Druzilla here is saying, I think Trump is jealous because Maduro's dancing is far superior. There were reports that came out, by the way, that seem to indicate that that's true. Trump lost his mind when he saw images of Maduro dancing, and that pushed him to attack Venezuela. I'm not even joking. That's the baby we have as the president. Dolly Boy, thank you. So, we have enough for the hat. Okay, thank you, Dolly Boy. Yeah, isn't it crazy, Retroactor? That's the baby we have for president. Okay. Let us now go on to this. So on my screen here, I'm going to write down 3 things. 1 is strategy. If I can spell it. Jeez, I'm just a teacher, don't worry. Okay, the next level I'm going to mention here is operations. And the 3rd level is tactics. Now, right, I know, Druzilla, it's horrific. Guys, I know I'm really happy today. You can be certain it's not because of the news, okay? I'm just happy because I need to be to cope with this. This is insane what's happening in the world, and it's not particularly funny. Okay, where is my pen thingy? Oh, I got it. Don't you worry, Drizzle. Thank you, Victoria, for reminding me. I need my scepter. So let's talk about military stuff for a second. So if you're one of the people out there that's like, oh yay, we got rid of Maduro. I am not newly engaged, Druzilla. I haven't asked you yet. Okay, so if you're okay with what happened to Maduro, you know what? Whatever. You're a fool. You know, even though I'm dressed as a fool, you're a fool. But whatever. Okay, you're a fascist. It's fine. So okay, I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Maybe you're not a fascist, but you are a jingoist, whatever it may be. Okay, or at the very least, you're not that informed. Regardless. By the way, his overthrow doesn't help any of us. Okay. All right. So, let me so going on here. If you're fine. However, so let's look at this from a different approach. So I think it's immoral. Let's look at it from a military perspective, shall we? Because if you think it's moral, then can we at least agree that it's incompetent militarily or politically militarily, okay? And it's stupid and it's bound to lose,
We're bound to fail. So when you think of military, when you talk about military strategy, you talk about three things. You talk about strategy, operation, and tactics. So strategy is like big picture stuff. War is the continuation of politics by other means. So what is your strategy to achieve your political goals when you use a military? All right. Are you trying to pressure a regime to surrender? Are you trying to cut off their resources so that they will bow to your will? Are you trying to destroy their military forces so they can no longer resist you? Do you see what I mean? Strategy is big picture stuff. Big picture, right? As a matter of fact, I will put next to this big picture, just so everyone knows. Big picture. Okay, big picture. Strategy is big picture. So, what is the Trump administration's strategy here? Well, it's unclear. Their strategy for this operation was let's decapitate. We need to regain control of Venezuelan oil. We need to gain control of their rare earth minerals. We need to ensure American imperial domination over Venezuela. And how we're going to do that, our strategy here is to go in, take out Maduro, and then hopefully intimidate the remaining Venezuelan government enough that they do what we tell them. That's kind of the strategy, right? Kind of the strategy. Now, from what I have noticed, there doesn't seem to be much of a plan now that they've taken Maduro out. The strategy seems to have ended at, we'll take Maduro, and then the Venezuelan regime will do whatever we tell them. Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that. The other issue with this, folks, is how do you, because automatically Trump has already started saying things like, well, we hope that they'll do what we tell them. We hope that they'll do what we tell them. If they don't do what we tell them, we'll just crush them all. Okay, we'll hit back stronger than before, which makes it seem to me like they're not sure how things are going to go, which probably means they didn't plan this very well. So that's the strategy. Now, operations are like how you achieve different parts of that strategy, right? Like, where are you going to send forces? How are you going to achieve seizing the oil? How are you going to achieve seizing the rare earth minerals, etc.? We're not going to talk too much about that. That's a different level of military stuff. Okay, but the last one here is tactics. That is actually what you do on the ground to achieve your objectives. So, like, how you fight. What do your troops on the ground do? What tactics do they use to accomplish the objectives? What does your Air Force do? What does your Navy do? How do they? Okay. So let's put it this way. If the strategy here is we want to control the Venezuelan government and we're not going to have troops on the ground, how's that going to work? How the hell are you going to control the Venezuelan government without having troops on the ground or be sure that that's going to work, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like Trump thinks that if he bullies them enough, they'll just do whatever the American government says, even if there's no American guns on the ground. Now, yes, there are airplanes and shit that can bomb the hell and kill a bunch of innocent people. You know how it goes. But that's not exactly an assurance that they're going to do what you say. I should also point out that Venezuela has a ton of jungle cover. It's going to be hard to bomb forces that are hiding in jungles. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you have. All right. Second, so let's say then you're like, okay, maybe we do need to have troops on the ground to hold the government at gunpoint. Venezuela, one of the most important parts of their military is that they have massive militias that have been trained for guerrilla warfare. I am not joking. They're called the colectivas. Let me look them up real fast so you can see them. The colectivas. What is it? The colectivas, militias. Venezuela. Yep. They're a far-left Venezuelan armed paramilitary groups, and they have been trained in you check all about it. Oh, thank you, Ice. Thank you. They have been trained in guerrilla tactics. Now, if we put troops on the ground in Venezuela, how's that going to work? Yep. Yeah, Doug, they are far left. They are basically Marxist. Well, maybe not Marxist. I'm not sure if they're Marxist, but they're socialists. And if we put troops on the ground, how's that going to work? Okay. Okay, like, how's that going to work? And by the way, a lot of those minerals are in the forests, so you're going to have to start going into the forest to get those minerals, where these guerrillas are going to be doing a great job resisting. And what has happened every other time the United States has tried to invade another country, like Vietnam? I know, Gramscian, right? Like Vietnam or Iraq or Afghanistan. We never had a problem with guerrillas before, did we? Never had a problem with insurgents. So good. Good. Not only do we not have a strategy for how to make them do our will after we've taken out Maduro, we, any way we could make them do our will is dumb, okay? And is basically exactly what we did in Vietnam or Iraq, okay? So my point here is the incompetence is almost as bad as the immorality. Yeah, unless you kill the entire. And Sir Bartholomew, like we've, as much as you all know, I do not like the American government. I do not see us murdering the entire population of Venezuela. We didn't murder the entire population of Iraq or Vietnam as much as we may have wanted to. So I feel that, and it's not because we're kind people, it's because that would ruin our international reputation, as if it wasn't ruined already. But maybe it would if Trump did. Maybe Trump doesn't care. My point being that the insurgency would work. Okay. So, all right. Matt Saigai, what an entrance. Matt Saigai says Trump removed Maduro because he wants to support democracy in Venezuela. Anyone who says otherwise is a radical. For those that are new to the chat, Matt Saigai's joking. He's being sarcastic, okay? Hilarious, Matt Saigai. So again, folks, if we look at this from a military perspective, deeply incompetent. If we look at it from a moral and legal perspective, deeply incompetent. Dolly Boy, haven't you seen the Venezuelans celebrating? Yeah. You know what? There were some celebrating. Have you seen the Venezuelans protesting? Because there's thousands of them protesting too. And I know you know this, Dolly Boy. I know you're making a joke here, but so there's also tons of Venezuelans protesting. And the current leader basically said she's not going to allow this. It is possible, folks, and I'm just giving you different options here, that she has already been, the CIA has already convinced her to be obedient. That's possible, so we can't be certain yet. But she has the vice president has vocally, Rodriguez, I think her name is, has vocally said that they're not going to deal with this. Trump has seemed to hint that she is going to listen to them. I don't know if it's true, but so we've got to see what happens. She's a traitor if she does listen. But anyway, I mean, I didn't say that. But yeah, but the head of their military said they're going to resist. Venezuela and Iraq are completely different. One is in the Middle East and the other is in Latin America. So Bartholomew, you know what's funny about that? Is that I have literally heard that argument made by people who say that it's not the same. And by the way, people said the exact same thing about Iraq. They said, well, Iraq isn't Vietnam because Iraq is in the Middle East and Vietnam is in Southeast Asia. You see what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Sir Bartholomew. That's what Marco Rubio said. Moronic. Okay. Yeah. So I want to point one last thing out here, folks. We do know that, you know, America is a dying empire. It is. I mentioned this before, and exactly, Malsor. It is a dying empire. It's not. The world is moving from a unipolar world where you have essentially one superpower to one where there are multiple superpowers or multiple great powers. If we're not already there, we probably are already there. And so America's empire is falling. It is in decline. And typically, historically, empires react in two ways to decline. One, and most of the time they take the worst route, as I'm sure you can guess. One way they react to decline is they gracefully pull back and start, by the way, this almost never happens, and realize, you know what, we need to adapt to the new reality that we're not the big boys on the block anymore, or we're not the only big boys on the block anymore. We need to think more about our home. We need to think more about our homeland. We need to, maybe stop spreading out our octopus arms all over the world and focus more locally and things like that and sort of withdraw. Okay. So that would be sort of a civilized way of dealing with imperial collapse. By the way, there's not really any civilized way to do it. Empires are horrible. Regardless, now the other way you can do it is you can flail wildly and start attacking anyone who disobeys you because you refuse to leave that mindset of we're an empire. So you start attacking anyone who's disobedient. You start using your superior military force to counteract where you see yourself losing out diplomatically and economically. And that is exactly what we're seeing in Venezuela. Venezuela our pressure on Venezuela has not worked over time. They have moved further and further into the Chinese and Russian sphere of influence. Okay. Influences, I should say. And our economic pressure hasn't worked on them. So, in sort of a last ditch flailing, collapsing empire thing, we've decided to attack them and remove their leader. Now, this is funny because you know what this does? All it does is accelerate the imperial collapse. If you're going to be attacking people, you're going to start getting lots of coalitions formed against you, which we're already starting to see happen. The president of Mexico announced yesterday, amongst with a bunch of other leaders in some Latin American countries and around the world, that they are forming a security collective. Now, it isn't like an exact security collective. It's not like a NATO type thing, but they are working together. They're working together to basically push back against American imperialism. So, okay, great. That's fine. I'm okay with accelerating the collapse of American empire. But in the meantime, it's going to cause tons of death and destruction. And you know what might end up happening? A much bigger war. A much bigger war. So we can keep flailing. As Meowsword said yesterday, it's kind of like that scene from Lord of the Rings where the Balrog is falling into the pit. And it's like, oh, and then it throws its whip and grabs Gandalf and pulls Gandalf down with him. Okay. And then Gandalf just ends up killing the Balrog faster. You see what I mean? So, okay, that's what the Empire is doing. All right. And you know what? Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the American Empire. I'm sure we're all very sad about that because it was so beneficial for working class Americans to have an empire, right? Rest in peace. Now, okay. So that is that, right? All this shit. Yep, you just drown others, Meowsword. It is horrific, and it will cause lots of death and destruction if we go down flailing like drowning someone. I don't know, okay? Like a lunatic. By the way, folks, if we get 2 more super chats or 200 bits over on Twitch, which as in one of these counts as 200 bits, I will put on the jester collar, and if we get to 5, I'll put on the makeup. I need another bite of my disgusting beans and hot dogs. Exactly, Matt Shy Guy. By the way, Matt Shy Guy says I'm anti-American. By the way, hello, Outer Signal. Yep, Outer Signal. History will probably use Trump as the marker for the decline of the American empire. Yeah, Outer Signal. And I will say, it's been happening for a while, but Trump is massively accelerating it. And, hey, I guess that's one positive thing about Trump. Okay, not really. I mean, all right. It's still going to cause death and destruction all around the world. Okay, let me just take a moment to take a drink here. Okay. I know, right, TJ? Quite. So, let's do this now, folks. I have a bunch of Retro Astro. I don't know how to send them all at once, but I got bits. Thank you for being a wonderful background for model building. Well, Retro, what kind of models are you building? Did you send some bits there, Retro? I didn't see it. I want to make sure I did so I can count it if you did. Thank you. Philly, thank you for the bit. The 1 bit cheer there. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Oh my God, it says I'm playing Cyberpunk. I need to fix that. Give me a second, guys. So, let me just fix that real fast. Boo. I don't care. You can see my screen here. I don't give a shit. I need to fix the screen. You can see my screen here. Screen description. So I do this. I'll put it here. I'm not playing Cyberpunk. I need to change that. We're at casual chat. No wonder we don't have many people on Switch or chat. Chat. There we go, just chatting. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to change all of it. Okay, what should we? You know what? I forgot to change the Twitch stream. Let's do it. Let's quickly change this. What is it? What do we want to call it? We want to set. What do we want to call it? I'll just do the same thing I did on YouTube. Ven in all caps. Venezuela and the cartoonish evil of American Empire. Okay, Venezuela and the cartoonish evil of American Empire. Paste. There we go. That's cute. We'll do that. Yay. Political and sensitive. Okay, that looks good to me. Done. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's cheer. 1 second. Thank you, Philly Cheese. Thank you. Is that you, Red for Asher? You're the one who did the. Thank you, Red for Asher. Okay, you know what? We'll count that as a second one. If we get one more, folks, I'll put on the collar. Okay. All right. So let's go on, shall we? I have some things pulled up here that I wanted to show all you. Now I know it's X.
Martino
forgive me.
joins us.
But I think you'd all find this stuff interesting. It's been I have a lot of them queued up. They're short. It's just things people are saying about what's going on in Venezuela, crap like that. Okay, some super interesting stuff. I think you'll all enjoy. Let's put it that way. Why do I hate the West so much? That's like hilarious. Okay, so first of all, this is so on Rising. They had a guy who is very anti-Maduro. Now, guys, I want to point something out. There are big issues with Maduro. I'm not going to lie to you. I know there are some people out there who will say that he's this guy, he's this great guy. He's not. Does that mean anything? Does that mean that we should overthrow him or do any of this? No, not at all. Okay, not at all. But he isn't a great guy. I mean, he's made a lot of mistakes with Venezuela. And okay, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, right? Trump isn't a great guy. Okay, there's a lot of people who aren't great guys. But I think it's funny because they on this show Rising, they had an anti-Maduro person on, and she was brilliant. The first thing she asked him is, "Why did you leave?" Exactly, Malzord. But I would gladly criticize any government, including Maduro's. That doesn't mean I want us to overthrow them, okay? So she asked the guy who left Venezuela, why did he leave Venezuela and come to the United States? Okay, which I think is a brilliant question. And look what you learn about him, which might explain why he's upset, why he's happy that Maduro is gone.
Now, self-proclaimed Venezuelan freedom activist, who's the founder of the Dissident Project and is receiving his PhD from Columbia University, Daniel DiMartino joins us now to discuss. Thanks for coming on the program, Daniel.
Thanks for having me.
So I think it's important for us and our viewers to really understand the perspective you bring to this.
See, this is brilliant. She's doing context. She's going to first ask him, R6, she's going to first ask him, like, what is your background? Why... How might your background be impacting your perspective? Okay.
Can you tell us maybe a little bit about why you decided to leave Venezuela and what your family did in the country before you left?
Yeah, I left Venezuela in 2016. Our family had a gas station. We were a middle-class family, like many Venezuelans. You know, in the early 2000s, we used to make thousands of dollars a month. By 2016, we were making $100 a month. Today, that's the average salary of a Venezuelan every month, which is why the economy is destroyed, right? Because hyperinflation destroyed it. They printed money to pay for their welfare spendings. They took over people's businesses, and they really...
So he's mad because he owned a gas station and was making tons of money off of it, and he wasn't able to make as much money off the gas station. So, okay. Great question that she asked him there at the beginning. Kind of makes his whole argument a bit moot, right? So just be careful. As Dolly Boy just said, that is a common thing. Where is this? That is sort of a common thing here. Why can't... Give me a second here, folks. Docs. Where'd I put the... Give me 1 second, folks. So that is sort of a common thing you'll hear from people who are anti-Maduro. A lot of them had business interests that suffered under Maduro. All right. Sorry, I got to quickly fix something here, folks. I'm still, again, give me a break. I can promise you, because I have this new computer, I'm still trying to work out some kinks because I had to redo everything. YouTube. I want to make sure I can actually see people on YouTube's messages. Apply. There we go. That's much better. Okay. All right. So close that. Move this over. All right. All right. There we go. That's better. So yeah, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Yeah, but capital, right, Gramscian? All right. How dare all of you? How dare you guys? How dare all of you? Okay. Yes, Mithril, indeed. Now, Mithril. Now, for the lefties out there, don't react badly. I did research on this. Okay, Mithril says not to mention the sanctions imposed by the U.S. Young man. I did some research into this, and the most significant sanctions on Venezuela really started only during Trump's first term. A lot of Venezuela's trouble started long before that, and I'm not saying it's their fault completely. It's not. There was also a history of imperialism and colonialism. But one of the issues with Venezuela's economy was that they over-focused on oil. And it's not really their fault. There's historical, colonial, imperialist reasons for that. But I want to, in prior streams, I have said in prior streams that it's mainly because of sanctions. I think I was wrong about that. And I want to correct myself. Sanctions have made it worse, absolutely, for Venezuela since Trump's first term. But before that, there were already lots of issues. So let me explain. Venezuela basically relied on oil to generate funds for its social welfare system, which is badass, by the way. That they had a nationalized oil industry, and then they used the funds from that to fund massive social programs. They did. Okay. Wouldn't that be nice if we did that here, if we owned our own oil and not some corporation owned it? Anyway, and then when the price of oil dropped, they no longer could make that income. And so in response to that, to keep funding the social programs, the government of Venezuela started printing off a bunch of money, which then which does what, folks? Massively increased inflation. So there was some governing incompetence, and I want to point that out. I'm a socialist. I'm not defending imperialism or colonialism, but there were some errors of judgment internally as well. Sanctions made it a lot worse, and also the history of imperialism has made it really bad too. So I would like to reframe this as a combination of mismanagement and imperialism and colonialism has made Venezuela struggle a lot, okay? And then obviously added on the sanctions. That is I just want to throw that out there. I checked up on the history on this. Okay. I know that might not sound very lefty of me, but I think that it is an oversimplification to say only sanctions, and that was my mistake, okay? May have been a bit of a bias of mine. And if you guys can check my facts there and tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. I think I'm correct from what on my research I did. I could be wrong though. All right. Okay. All right. So moving on. I'm literally a right winger now, right, Dolly boy? Okay. Moving on here. So it is tea, Ice. So that's why this guy is upset. Okay, he's upset because his parents and him aren't making as much profit. Can you guys even see the chat? Like the chat on screen is so okay. I'm gonna need to. You know what I'll do here? I'm sorry. I'm just noticing things that I'm like having a little OCD moment. Let's see here if I can increase the text size a little bit. Oh, we should do that. Let's do alternative texting. Oh my God. I'm gonna just make a little fix here, folks. Alternative messaging backgrounds. Ooh. App primary theme. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Alternating backgrounds. That might be good. Show user platform. Show badges. Okay, you know what? I just fixed something. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I know I'm being a bad streamer right now. Forgive me. Please grant me your forgiveness. Where did I put Caster Labs? There's Caster Labs. I'm going to fix this real fast. All right, Caster Labs, docs, stream chat. There we go. Move this over here. Multi-chat. Put it back here. Paste. Dink. Okay, we'll see if that actually improves stuff. It might have. Okay, so testing. It'll give it a second. There we go. Malzord looks orange. That might, well, does he look red? No, he looks red, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks kind of shitty now, though, doesn't it? I don't know why it looks so small. Well, whatever the case, we'll figure it out. Oh, I used the wrong. Okay, let me do this instead. We're going to make it a bit smaller. Text size. Oh, well, actually, it looks okay. All right, sorry, guys. You're still the same. You're still different colors, but that's okay. I'll figure out how to do this some other time. Okay, moving on. So, Jesus Christ, what a mess this is. What a goddamn mess. I need to. Can I make the text bigger? I just can't see what you guys are even saying. It's bad. Let's try this. Let's properties. Okay, 1 second, folks. I'm almost done. I promise I'm almost done. Don't leave the stream. Much more coming to you soon. All right, refresh. There we go. Oh, there. Now I can see it. Now that is some big text, guys. Bigger is always better. That is some bigger text. Let's, Dolly Boy, don't make a comment about that. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Okay, yay. All right, moving on. Moving on. Let's go on to the next thing we have to watch here.
Posibilidad de una guerra está ahí, entonces.
This, now, I'm not a fan of Jackson Hinkle. Okay? I'm not a fan of Jackson Hinkle, I got to tell you. I have a lot of issues. But I know, right, not always. That's true, guys. Guys, you're right. I'm sorry. Size doesn't matter. And when it comes to font, I'm saying when it comes to font. All right? Actually, when it comes to a lot of things. But this is not an After Dark stream, so I shall refrain from being a degenerate. Now, okay, so this is Hugo Chavez. And this is a comment. He was the prior leader of Venezuela. Yeah, there you go. Philly cheese. Exactly. He's a grifter. Okay. So please don't like Jackson Hinkle. I did like this clip he posted, though. Now, this is Hugo Chavez, who was the prior leader of Venezuela, and he was being interviewed. And I love his response to this, especially as a historian. I love his response to this because he's just right. He's just flat out right. So listen to what he says here when he's asked a certain question.
Posibilidad de una guerra está ahí, entonces.
She asked him, so is there a and remember, he was a socialist. So is there a possibility of war? And she's referring to war with the United States.
Pero tú no ves la amenaza que es para nosotros, el imperio de los Estados Unidos.
¿Por qué cree que Estados Unidos quiere atacar Venezuela?
Bueno, ahí está la historia reciente. Yo te voy a decir la causa más importante. Aquí mismo está la reserva de petróleo más grande de este planeta. Aquí en Venezuela tenemos petróleo para más de 100 años. A Estados Unidos se le está acabando el petróleo. La razón de mayor peso de que Estados Unidos quiera poner aquí un gobierno subordinado a él, al imperio, como lo tuvieron durante mucho tiempo, es el petróleo venezolano.
Quiero hacerle una pregunta sin que a usted le moleste.
Yeah, he was
¿Está usted paranoico con Estados Unidos?
No,
Are you paranoid about the United States?
De una manera, yo solo soy realista. Si tú le pudieras hacer esa pregunta que me has hecho a mí, lo que pasa es que no podrás porque la mayoría están muertos. Hazle esa pregunta a Jacobo Arbenz.
Okay, Jacobo Arbenz, who was from, what was it? Oh, God, Guatemala? Honduras? I should know this. I'm a historian. Who was overthrown by the United States after he wanted land reform.
Que era presidente de Guatemala cuando yo estaba naciendo, tú no habías nacido. Solo porque quiso hacer una reforma agraria.
Right,
lo invadieron Estados Unidos y lo derrocaron. Tú pudieras hacerle esa pregunta a João Goulart, el brasileño. Lo derrocaron Estados Unidos. Tú pudieras hacerle esa pregunta Salvador Allende, el presidente mártir.
This is a brilliant answer.
Tú pudieras hacerle esa pregunta a Juan Bosch, el expresidente dominicano derrocado por la invasión de los Estados Unidos. Tú pudieras hacerle esa pregunta a mi general Omar Torrijos, asesinado por la CIA. Y ya, muchos más. ¿No es paranoica? ¿Es la verdad? Yo estoy cumpliendo una responsabilidad de jefe de Estado. Los paranoicos son otros, los de la extrema derecha, los enloquecidos que creen que el mundo no va a cambiar, las burguesías de este continente, pitiyanquis que pretenden a rajatabla seguir dominando estos pueblos y no van a poder lograrlo. Solo después del 11 de septiembre, Estados Unidos empezó a hacer la lista de terroristas. Bueno, y a mí me tienen también en esa lista. Estados Unidos, el gobierno de Estados Unidos, lanzó una bomba atómica sobre Hiroshima, una bomba
Biggest terrorist state in the world.
atómica. Y otra sobre Nagasaki. Eso es terrorismo.
Okay, brilliant, right? I mean, obviously, like, obviously he'd be worried and worried about the United States attacking Venezuela. How many other people have we attacked in Latin America and Central America? Yeah, doesn't it, Dolly Boy? It goes really hard. That's like, he called it, and no wonder. And I thought it was funny how at the beginning when he's asked, do you think there's a threat of war against you? He goes, didn't you see it? Like, don't you see it? I'm like, yeah, pretty obvious. Okay. Victoria. Yeah, right, Victoria? Oh, God. Okay, that's fair, Trump fail. That's fair. Yeah, okay, so this has been a concern for a while, obviously. Now, here's another one. This one is sort of a palate cleanser. You know what? We'll go back to the palate cleanser.
In the U.S., the coup was coming. Over 80 foreign governments have been overthrown or destabilized.
So this is just
every time a country has stood up for its own
she
people,
knows
the
exactly
United
what she's
States has
talking
asked
about.
one question: who owns the resources? And if the answer wasn't the U.S., the coup was coming. Over 80 foreign governments have been overthrown or destabilized by the United States. And no, most of them weren't.
Moxie Boggs. Guy sounds kind of cool. I wouldn't mind being a guerrilla. I know, right? Okay, be a student of history, clearly, but suppose it goes hand in hand with yeah, there you go. Moxie Boggs, there's different types of terrorism. There is, because he staged Japan bombs, but it was about religion and how... I'm sorry, what was it? Moxie Boggs, forgive me. What was about religion? There are different types of terrorism because he staged Japan bombs, but it was about religion. Would you, Moxie Boggs, would you just clarify for me, please? I think I know what you're saying, but I'm just not sure.
Dictatorships. Many of them were democratically elected governments until they threatened U.S. corporate profits. The playbook is almost always the same.
Moxie Boggs, I actually disagree with you. This is a fine debate to have. In reference to Japan, it was because that is complicated. It was because of race. It wasn't because of religion. It was really a racialized thing, in my opinion. If you look at the propaganda at the time, the Japanese people are depicted as beasts, essentially. I will even show you here on stream. Why not? I hope it doesn't violate some stream policy, okay? Anti-Japanese propaganda. World War II. Yeah, Philly cheese. And in your defense, Moxie Boggs, it isn't talked about much, but like images like this. Oh my God, I'm grossed out even seeing the image. Okay, here we go. I need to find that's hard to see it from here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll get it closer. It's not going to let me do it, is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, you can kind of see. Well, you can kind of see these ones at least, right? Okay. No, Moxie Boggs, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I would say it'd be more accurate to say it was mainly about race. Religion also, definitely. Okay. So you see what I mean? That's really disturbing. Yeah, he did. So anyway, but I get what you mean. I'm not completely disagreeing with you, Moxie Boggs. I appreciate your perspective. Okay. So, all right. Moving on here. Okay, I'm gonna actually go by her. This is okay. Just as rage bait here. Just as rage bait. Here is our favorite person, guys. Here's what our favorite person I have not, Meowzord. I have not. I'm terrified. We all love the man here, right? We all love this man. Okay, our favorite politician. So good old Chuck Schumer. That is Schumer. That is Schumer. Okay, this is God, Meowzord. Okay, I need to see that, Meowzord. Let's see what Schumer has to say about all this. Mad Sci-Guy, Christ is King. Let's see what Schumer has to say about all this, and let's see how much Democratic Party crap he spews.
Rubio, I just heard him in your interview, said they're doing what's good for the American people. If they want to do what's good for the American people, it should not be some escapade in Venezuela. It should be focusing on lowering the cost of living that
He's
Americans
actually right.
are struggling with every week and tell
He's
us
right.
it's the most important issue they face. We Democrats are on our front foot. We're going to fight to lower the cost of living and undo all the bad things Republicans have done
sorry,
to
guys,
raise
I
the
keep
cost
missing.
of living. It's going to be our #1 focus in 2026. If they really wanted to do what the American people wanted, they'd be focusing on cost of living, not on some escapade in Venezuela, which could only lead to trouble. Rubio, I just...
Okay, so he's actually not that bad. He's kind of right, but also talking about the Democrats is kind of funny because they're not going to do a damn thing. And also, we are already doing the escapade in Venezuela. Why not demand that we leave Venezuela? Why not, instead of, being like, well, we shouldn't really do this. Let's focus on stuff at home. Well, why don't you should also be saying, this is a war crime. We need to end it now. We need to do all this and all that. Okay. How dare you, Matt Saiga? I know I'm not fully supporting him. I'm just saying that's a low blow, Matt Saiga, to say I support Chuck Schumer. So, okay. Let's do a, yeah, I know, me too, Outer Signal. It was better than I thought. It wasn't perfect, but I was actually kind of surprised. I know you all probably were expecting something horrible. Yeah, he should be saying release Maduro. And honestly, thank you, Mouseward. Okay. Here is Senator Tom Cotton, a Republican piece of shit. Why don't you go join the Corpo Dem Party? They will pay you for your support. Right, Matt Saigai. Okay. I know, right, Graham Shane? It's like the most moderate statement. It's boring as hell. Admittedly, I hate Chuck Schumer. I don't like that statement. But, if we compare it to what he could have done, which is just like, thank God Maduro was gone. I was honestly expecting him to be okay with it. I'm glad I was wrong. So, let's watch this. This is Tom Cotton. Tom Cotton, who is a, oh my God, yeah, Victoria, that's horrible. That's horrible. It's kind of like when I see far-right people who say things about Israel that are true, and I'm like, oh my God, the Democratic Party is destroying itself and turning people far-right by not taking a principled stance. Okay. Even though the far-right people are doing it because they actually are anti-Semitic, but all right. He is okay with it. Corbo Dem, look at his tweet. Is it? Okay, I need to look, Matt Saigai. So this is Tom Cotton on CNN. Tom Cotton being a Republican on the, House Intelligence Committee. And let's see what he has to say about Venezuela.
What does it mean for the U.S. to run Venezuela?
Well, who's not running Venezuela anymore is Nicolas Maduro. And that's a great thing, and it's a great day for America and for the people of Venezuela and really the civilized world. Nicolas Maduro was a indicted drug trafficker in U.S. courts. He was an illegitimate communist dictator. His drugs had killed hundreds of Arkansans, thousands of Americans.
Not answering the question.
And he was in league with anti-American countries around
right,
the world,
like
Cuba and Iran or Islamic terrorists. It's a good thing that he's in a jail now in New York City. The president said that when the president said the United States is going to be running Venezuela, it means that the new leaders of Venezuela need to meet our demands. Our demands are...
Again, remember how I said I don't see any strategy that they have. He basically just admitted, well, what we mean by run Venezuela is, well, they better do what we want. They better do what we say. That's what we mean when we say we're going to run Venezuela. They better do what we say. Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Now, what they were before yesterday, that we want them to stop the drug trafficking. We want them to stop the weapons.
Oh my God, Mithra. I think, Mithra, I learned that yesterday. Tommy Robinson asked Trump to invade the UK. I think Dolly Boy told me that. And I think my response to that, Mithril, is that the UK should put him on trial for treason and then give him the ultimate penalty, which is treason and, which is execution. I'm not a big fan of nation states and treason charges and shit, but I wouldn't mind that for Tommy Robinson at all. And since he's betraying the UK and asking a foreign superpower to invade the UK, I don't know what else that would be called except for treason, in my humble American opinion.
Trafficking. We want them to expel the Cubans and the Iranians and the
God,
Islamic radicals. And we
Islamic
want them to return
radicals.
to the civilized world and be a good neighbor that contributes to stability.
Guys, can you see the irony of him talking about how we need Venezuela to be a good neighbor, even though we just attacked Venezuela? Okay, all right. Oh, absolutely, Philly cheese, they are. They're all, Philly cheese says, having worked for a U.S. congressional representative for years, I can tell you that the Corpo Dems, Schumer, Jeffries, most Dems are controlled opposition. Absolutely, it's because they're all bribed and they're all corrupt. They all work for the ruling class. They all work for the bourgeois, if you want to use a Marxist term there. They all work for the wealthy and the powerful. They're all bribed, okay? Yep, I never said that, Dolly Boy. What do you mean? Okay, a trailer here has had an accident. Oh my God, Drusilla. See, guys, listen to Drusilla. This is the news coming out of Norway today. Can we all live in a better country? This is the news coming out of Norway. A trailer here has had an accident. 19-ton of fish are in the road. Oh my God, wouldn't we love to have headlines like that in Norway? No, I know probably Norway has other headlines too. I'm just saying. Like, gee, I would much rather have a headline that talks about fish being spilled on a road than about how our lunatic president is attacking a country. Okay, anyway. All right. Okay, yeah, I'll promise I'll stop hitting you if you just behave, right? Okay.
Order and prosperity in our own backyard.
But he literally turned around and pointed to his secretaries of state, defense, chairman of the Joint Chiefs,
High Plant Sunshine,
and said, they're going to run Venezuela.
Well, I know that Secretary Rubio in particular is in consultation with other members of the Maduro government. He's also in consultation with members of the opposition. They're working through what an interim or transition.
Welcome,
government
Ninjester.
would look like. Obviously, Secretary Hegseth and General Kay and our entire military deserve our praise at an amazing raid. Maybe.
Okay, you guys get the idea. We don't need to hear him for too long. It's all a bunch of bootlicking crap. We have Amy Goodman here, who's an angel, a god amongst men and women, I guess you could say. So well, we'll go back to this. I did want to let's quickly do a I guess, what is it called? A palate cleanser.
Spray peace all buckle up.
This is going to be inappropropriate.
The
I don't care. I'm
president
going
of
to show
peace
it
is
to you
about.
anyway. So this was posted by Kyle Kalinske. It is an AI video. Non-binary people too, Matt Saigai. Okay. So let's watch this. This is posted by Kyle Kalinske. This is sort of a palate cleanser. We need a little palate cleanser with all the shit we're talking about.
Buckle up, snowflakes. The president of peace is about to spray peace all over your fucking faces. Fuck other nations. Fuck international law. Fuck diplomacy. If you've got oil, we got fucking tanks and bombers and shit. Look at that oil. That sweet fucking money-making oil. Going right into Donald Josephine Trumpkin's bank accounts. Oh, we'll say it's drugs, because these fucking idiots will believe it. But it's oil, baby. Fucking Exxon, fucking Chevron.
Good for them.
Fucking everyone is paying us so much fucking money to get that oil. Iraq 2.0. Let's do this shit. We're gonna take your high school kids, shove a fucking rifle in their hands, and ship them off to die for a decade. And you're gonna fucking clap for it like the trained seal that you are, you fat fucking loser.
Okay, there you go. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know.
Buckle up.
You know, it's kind of accurate, too. It's kind of accurate. For those who watch Necessary Conversation, you recognize the guy there at the end. It kind of remind me of Team America a bit. That's kind of what we're doing. Isn't that fun? Hell yeah, America, right? Okay. Gotta love that. All right, gotta love that. Yeah, unexpected loser at the end, right? And one more. Yeah, it totally is. It's the ultimate hybrid of Iraq and Vietnam. No, I didn't, SoCal. This is an old, you should tell me about it. Right, Ninjester, yeah, okay. This is an old, okay. This is a pet peeve of mine. When people try to pronounce, when Americans try to pronounce Spanish words, and they heavily go in on the accent. Now, hey, if you speak Spanish, then please go in on the accent. But, like, it's okay to not mimic an accent of a Latino person when you're saying a Spanish word, okay? I'm just saying, it's a small thing that bothers me. It's not like I'm not like trying to be all woke on all of you, okay? Okay, but it's just and SNL Saturday night, and with all this stuff happening in Venezuela, I have seen a lot of people who like, you know, whenever they say Maduro, you're gonna go to Maduro, Venezuela. I'm like, okay, it's Venezuela and Maduro. You don't have to pronounce it in this exaggerated manner. Okay. So, anyway, so this is an old clip. This is an old clip from SNL, and I'm not a big fan of SNL anymore, but this is a funny one that I thought you'd all find amusing. This isn't okay. You guys get the idea, all right? I don't want to get a copyright strike here. You get the idea, right? Anyways, that's just a little palate cleanser for all of you. Let's go on, shall we, to more horror. So here we got from my UK friends out there. For my UK friends, I know, right, Gramscian? It's like, okay, I know it's a small thing, guys. Yeah, it's a small thing, I know. Regardless, it's okay. I just something to talk about. Okay, let's go back to the serious stuff. For my UK friends out there, here we have. I've been very impressed by some of UK correspondents who have been massively pushing back against UK politicians in regard to their response to the attacks against Venezuela. Okay. And I really wish our media was as adversarial as a lot of UK politicians are, but let's not all as a lot of UK journalists are, not all of them. But let's watch this real fast. This is, LBC, which you guys like a lot.
It's quite a nuanced situation, so perhaps we shouldn't be too surprised.
It's not remotely nuanced. It's entirely straightforward. The United States shouldn't be our biggest ally. The United States does not make us safe. Are we safer and richer as a country because of the Iraq War? Are we safer and richer as a country because of the...
By the way, for those who aren't from the UK, the answer is no. The UK is not. I want to point that out. The answer is no.
The war in Libya. Are we safer and richer as a country because of the war in Afghanistan? And so on. Now, this is also a question about...
No, I like LBC, Matt Saigai.
Basic democracy in Britain. Should the things that we want, we as the people of this country want, be the things that our government does? And on foreign policy, that's never the case. Let's take the genocide in Gaza, for example, where the vast majority of the British people, almost from the beginning of the genocide, wanted to see an immediate ceasefire and an end of British arms sales to Israel. But that doesn't happen because in terms of foreign policy, we do not live in a democracy. Our governments follow what we are told to by the US.
Yep.
And that is not because the US...
The empire, folks.
Is doing a wonderful thing for us. It is because it is a giant bully and we're scared of it.
It's quite a nuanced situation.
Is he lying? Is he lying? No, he's not. I was deeply impressed with that. Fortunately, I feel like this guy is few and far. Is that true, Dolly Boy? Okay, maybe I'm generalizing. I might be generalizing. I wanted to, here we've got another one here. One, I guess, let me see if I can find a good one here. Oh, you know what? Let's do this real fast. Where did I see it? Oh, here's another one from the UK.
Look, I'm not going to...
Okay, this guy is... Okay, someone needs to tell me. Okay, I thought so. Hello, Hiyori, by the way. I am on Twitter, Trump failed. There's a lot of good clips on there that I thought I wanted to show you all. You know I don't often go on Twitter, but... yeah. So this is the... Okay, so this... Thank you, Matt Saigai. I was going to ask... This is going to be the chief secretary to the prime minister. The chief secretary to the prime minister. And this guy, guys, I didn't know this guy before I started for this Venezuela crisis stuff. And dear God, I mean, he reminds me of any other, he reminds me of an American corpo dem, moderate, refuses to give any solid answers to anything. Weak. Okay, and no wonder. And he's in the Labor Party, is he not? Isn't he a part of the Labor Party? Not this guy on the screen, the guy you're about to see him interviewing. I think he's in the Labor Party, and I'm like, oh my God, it is like they're. All right, I'm so sorry that you have the same issue we do, but listen to his response. You can see the passivity is all around. Okay. Yeah, totally ninjester. Okay.
Urge the United States government not to abduct any other foreign leaders.
Look, I'm not going to answer hypothetical questions.
You won't urge the United States government not to abduct other foreign leaders.
think the rules-based order matters and that people should comply with international law. When an operation like this
is... You're not making an assessment as to whether or not you think it has complied with international law.
Because it's for the Americans to set out the basis of the legal basis on which they did the operation, and then for international courts or the UN Security Council to take a view. I'm not trying to dodge the question, Lewis. All I'm saying is this is the...
No, you literally are dodging the question. That's literally what you're doing. You're literally, just because you say you're not dodging the question does not mean you're not dodging the question.
The way the rules-based order works. It's not for an individual state to judge international law. It's for the international courts to do so.
In order for a rules-based order to work, surely it's important on those who believe in the rules-based order to point to people who break the rules-based order and say, you've broken it, not just to dodge it because they're friends of ours.
For sure, but we're not the international court. We're the UK government.
No,
the international court.
It's an important country.
Yeah, we are, and we're.
You don't sound like an important country. You don't sound like you're speaking for an important country, Chief Secretary. You sound like you're speaking on behalf of a supplicant country who's a...
Oh my God, this guy, I don't know who this guy is, but I really like how he's interviewing. This might be like an unusual for him, but that he's openly calling the UK a supplicant country. Like they're kind of acting like it. They're acting like it. The government is acting like it, right? All right.
Afraid of a bigger country.
I disagree with that assessment. We are following the proper process that any government would follow.
The proper process. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, it's not for an individual state to make a judgment. Exactly, outer signal. You know what reminds me? Right, Ice. You know what I think is funny? When during the Rwandan genocide, a member of the American State Department got before a camera and a reporter asked her, so is what's happening in Rwanda a genocide? Because if it is a genocide, that would require the United States government to do something about it and the world governments to do something about it. And this lady on camera basically goes, oh, well, there are we think acts of genocide are occurring, but we're going through a process. We're looking at, we're measuring formulas. We're doing the whole process. We're not the international court, and just completely dodge the question. And he sounds exactly the same, like using the idea of we're going through a process. Maybe they did some things that were, illegal, but we're not going to say overall it's illegal. Like, okay. Oh my God. All right.
If this were China, if this was anywhere else in the world, we would be the first out the traps, first out the gate saying, this is disgraceful. We condemn it. You know that. I know that.
As I say, we need to see the legal basis for the operation that was undertaken.
Oh, my God. Okay. So that's great. I love that. Here we go. Oh, we got him. Look, let's watch him one more time. Because I got obsessed with watching some clips of this guy because I had never seen him before. Here, let's watch. This is the guy again. Oh, I know, Victoria. I know. Right, Matt Saigai, did they follow process when funding the genocide in Gaza? Okay, so here he is again. Now, this is Sky News, I believe. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't Sky News more of a right-wing thing? Isn't Skyman News more of a right-wing thing? Okay, I could be wrong, but regardless, it is right-wing. Okay, regardless of it being right-wing, watch how the Sky News broadcaster interviews him.
See why this is so peculiar. You lot come in and tell me
kind
again
of
and again how...
Oh, it's their Fox Light. It's more like the center? Okay, fair enough. Well, to me, I guess that's right-wing, but that's fair.
Close we are to the Americans. The Prime Minister is very influential with Mr. Trump. He's the Trump whisperer and all that. Mm-hmm. When Mr. Trump does something like this, suddenly we weren't told. We don't really have an opinion about whether it's legal or not. We don't really have an opinion about whether it works or not. You can understand why it feels a little bit odd for you to be saying what you're saying.
No, I disagree. When it comes down to a sovereign issue about the UK economy or Britain's interests, of course we are involved, and of course we have an important relationship with the Americans, where that relationship has effect in relation to whatever issue it is you're talking about. When it's something that's unilaterally an issue for the United States...
You guys never have any trouble with saying what you think about what Putin's done, or what Netanyahu
What about Putin?
Done, or what has been done in other parts of Africa or Latin America. Suddenly, when it's the United States, we have nothing to say. We don't know. It's only the United States business. What happened to all of the promises that you made before the election about standing up for international law, for human rights, for doing things by the book?
Mm-hmm.
By the book, by the way, was your was your leader's a big mantra. And by the rules, I beg your pardon.
And we, the United Kingdom, do that and shall continue to do it because.
Oh my God!
I expect our allies to do it, don't we?
The rules-based order relies on countries around the world following it. That's how it works. But as I say, I can't comment on the administration of another.
Yeah, he should be fired. Like really,
relate to their
he won't be
I'm not
though.
a spokesperson for other countries
Because he probably pretty much represents the. He probably pretty much represents the Labor government, right? I mean, okay, so that's good. That's good, guys. I love that for us. On a side note here, there were also some good interviews in the United States. And I know, guys, forgive me. I know I'm just showing you a bunch of clips here. I want you all to kind of get a general layout for what's happening in the press, what's happening, how people are commenting on this, stuff like that. So that's why I'm kind of going around here. Is that true? I know. Is that... Excuse me. Give me independent, please. Yes, please. I know, Dolly Boy. I know. I'm sorry, Dolly Boy, that you're included in the UK still. You said someone say that there was something happened at J.D. Vance's residence. What is that? I'm sorry. I'm going to look that up. If that's true, let me make sure see if this is okay. Oh, okay. J.D. Vance residence. Oh, yeah, someone vandalized J.D. Vance's home. Okay, in Ohio, where I live. That's good. Oh, good. U.S. spy planes are in Mexico. Oh, good, guys. I love this. This day is getting better and better, right? The cartoonish evil of empire continuing its streak. This is great. I love it. We're on a hit streak now. This is fantastic. Love it. I love it. Are we gonna claim the Sudetenland next? Are we gonna go in Anschluss, Austria? When is the attack on Poland coming? I mean, Jesus Christ. Maybe we need to invade France while we're at it, or go up into Denmark. Okay. All right. Yeah, R6. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Mithril. You know, there's a lot going on. Okay, a lot going on. Yep, R6. You're right. Okay. You want Sweden? All right. Okay. I know, right? Literally, we might take part of Denmark, TJ, because we might take Greenland. I mean, we probably will. So there were some American media figures who were, I guess, kind of pushing back, but not really, because it's American media. So while we watch this as a sort of study in media, watch how she frames the questions as well as her questions, because she says some things that are deeply wrong while also being kind of hard on him. Okay.
Described the regime as still in place, essentially. I mean, I'm curious why the Trump administration decided to leave it intact and only arrest
Dolly Boy.
Nicolas Maduro.
Marco Rubio, by the way, in this image, it might be kind of hard to see. He's pale. He looks like he is really struggling, like he's ill or something. By the way, folks, if we get one more super chat, just one more, I will put on the collar. Just one more. If we get the super chat, or if you're over on Twitch, you can send 200 bits, which will count towards our goal. Okay? So whichever one you want.
And his wife, the person who controls the police, the chief thug, Cabello. He's the interior minister. He's been indicted by the United States. He was in that indictment.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, Dolly Boy. Okay, you know what? We'll fix that. We'll put this on now. All right. Thank you, Dolly Boy. Now we got the jester collar on. If we get two more, folks, I'll put on the makeup. All right. Hello, Mayflower Kid. I know I'm very pale. I agree, Mayflower Kid. Okay. I'm basically a ghost. All right.
The administration released. He's a narco-terrorist. There's a $25 million price on his head. He's still in place. The defense minister, who has deep ties to Russia, $15 million price on his head.
Notice how she's framing it. She's like, yeah, they're narco-terrorists. This, by the way, is what? CBS? So this is a corporate news outlet. All right.
He is still in place. I'm confused.
I haven't gotten any super chats in Jester. I don't think I have.
Why didn't you arrest them if you are taking out the narco-terrorist regime?
You're confused? I don't know why that's confusing to you.
They're still in power.
He looks so tired.
Wrap up. But yeah, but you can't go. You're gonna go in and suck up 5 people. They're already
not enough, Ghost Samurai. We need a much higher one on Netanyahu too.
Complaining about this one operation. Imagine the howls we would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The number 1 person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the country that he was not, and he was arrested along with his wife, who was also indicted.
think so, Dolly Boy.
And
that's what it sounds like.
Sophisticated and frankly complicated operation.
It was.
It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country.
JDH, welcome, JDH. I don't know, but he does.
Land within 3 minutes.
Yeah, doesn't it? Right, guys? Look at it. Look his face. Like he looks ill. He looks tired. He seems a bit emotional. He might be a bit angry. I think he feels a bit angry. Yeah. So. Okay.
Down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without losing any American or any American assets. That's not an easy mission. And you're asking me why didn't we do that in 5 other places at the same time? I mean, that's absurd. I do think this is one of the most, daring, complicated, sophisticated missions this country has carried out in a very long time.
I know,
Tremendous
Drusilla.
Credit to the U.S. military personnel who did it. It was unbelievable and tremendous success. And today, an indicted drug trafficker who was not the legitimate president of Venezuela, who we don't recognize, the Biden administration didn't recognize, 60-something countries don't recognize, the European Union doesn't recognize, and many countries in Latin America don't recognize. He was a convicted. He was a indicted drug trafficker. He was arrested. His wife was arrested. Also
but the
indicted, and they are now
others who
facing
are also
justice in an
indicted are
American
still
system of courts.
The others who are also indicted are still in place.
Okay.
So
Notice how the American media is framing this. Well, why didn't you get all of them? Why didn't you get all of them, Marco? Why did you only take out Maduro? You should have taken out all their top leadership. This is, oh my God, like, okay. We wonder why we have so many problems in the U.S. when our mainstream media, this is how they act. This has almost always been the case when it comes to international relations. They're bloodthirsty. Now, this is CBS. Other channels have not been pushing that hard or have been more toned down than that, but okay.
That's the point of my questioning there. But you talked about not being the legitimate
So you wanted
president.
us to land in 5 other military bases?
No, I'm asking why you chose that this was the limit of the military operation.
Oh, thank you, Nin.
But
Thank
to
you.
your
I
point
just
that you
received the
just
super
made
chat. Thank you very much.
That Maduro was not the legitimate
it was
president.
amateur hour,
was
Rubio.
claiming to be the
Simul
president.
strike is
Right.
classic. Thank you, Nin. Really.
Well, the
He was the
opposition.
top target.
Okay.
TJ, TJ, I actually partially buy that. We can't be sure. So TJ says, almost as if it's been orchestrated by someone in Venezuela, a certain VP, but who knows? I suspect that there is something like that going on, TJ. It's very possible. Trump was seeming to indicate that they were in contact with her. It's possible that they got some sort of guarantees prior, but of course, there's no way to ensure that those guarantees are followed through on. But I do suspect there's some sort of treason going on within the Venezuelan government. Yeah, it's possible, JDH. We need more. We need more of evidence, but I'm right there with you, TJ. It's not the legality; it's the failure to be. Yeah, absolutely, outer signal. Correct, outer signal. The issue for the U.S. media is not the illegality; it's the failure to be comprehensive and ensure buy-in. Right? I know, Fox Emblem. Right? Welcome, Fox Emblem. Okay, let's put the makeup. Oh, thank you, Neil. I love that quote, by the way. Let's put the makeup on the skin or else it gets the hose again. Thank you very much. We will put the makeup on, folks. We'll put the makeup on. So that is one example of the American media, the kind of pushback they're giving. At least one station is giving. By the way, let me see if I can find another one. A coalition, by the way, of countries issued a joint declaration calling for the immediate release of Venezuela's president, including Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, and Spain. All right. So there again, I told you this will just hasten the imperial collapse and start having coalitions formed. And there's the example right there, folks. All right. So I'm going to put on the makeup. You only see John Wayne Gacy. I'm sorry, Mayflower Kid. I apologize for that. Okay, we need the makeup for all the shit we're talking about. Okay,
Here's another one. You know, we might as well watch this. This was put up on the White House's website. Here we have some propaganda trying to promote the White House's actions. Classic fascist propaganda. Of course, very bad propaganda, like not even very high quality. Meowsword here, who's a graphic designer, would probably agree with me that this isn't very good propaganda. It's like very cheesy propaganda. Like, if you're going to be a fascist, guys, please do better with your propaganda. I mean, at least if you're going to try and control people's minds, at least, you know, give us some aesthetic pleasure while doing so. Anyway, so this is some propaganda here. You're excuse me, Mouser, forgive me. You're a creative director, okay? So let's watch this. This is the propaganda out of the White House while I'm putting on the makeup, okay?
Venga por mí! Last night, on the order of the President of the United States, Aquí no esperan Miraflores! And in support of a request from the Department of Justice, no se tarde en llegar! The United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolas and Cecilia Maduro. Cobarde!
Nicolas Maduro had his chance until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.
This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out.
What's this music,
And now,
guys?
if you don't
What
know,
the fuck
now
is
you
this
know.
music?
Because this is the way it's going to play out, and I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences, and, you know, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. But don't play games.
Love that for us. Great.
Don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well.
So there we go, guys. There's our government's propaganda. You got a new monitor? Monitor will be. Oh, fantastic, Sorry, guy. That's good. Did you get a big one for yourself? Like, that's fantastic. Thank you, Matt Saigai, for the donation. Okay. All right. All right. Sorry, I can finish this. So isn't that great? It's giving Boomer's favorite movie trailer from 30 years ago. You're not wrong, Meowsword. Guys, don't you love the propaganda in this country? It's like, it's not even quality. Remember when we looked at all the Nazi and Italian propaganda out there? All the Nazi and Italian, fascist Italian propaganda? And, like, you know, horrifying, terrible stuff. This is why I said, and many of you, you know, reacted violently against me. But when I'm like, at least that propaganda could have some artistic value, I guess. This is nothing artistic about this. This is just trash, right? Anyway, by the way, just to emphasize for all you degenerates out there, I am not pro-Nazi or Italian fascism. I'm just saying, artistically speaking, at least that had, I guess, some creativity. Okay, so 24 inches, but still, that's great, Matt Saigai. Fantastic. Thank you, Matt Saigai. All right, Dolly boy, don't you dare! Don't you dare! Anyone else have anything you want to say? Huh? Get it out. Get out of your system now. Okay. You're all right. Okay. I don't hear anything else. All right. Mayflower Kid. All right. Let me put on my red nose. Now, folks, jesters didn't really put on makeup, so I guess this is more of a clown thing. Regardless, I feel like it fits the mold. There have been studies that show that having red on your nose actually is more prone to making people laugh. And so that's why, like, a lot of clowns and funny figures and people, or funny people in movies, they will have red noses because it's supposed to make you funnier and make people more likely to laugh about what you're doing. So I'm manipulating all of your psychology by making myself feel appear funnier than it's like a laugh track. It's like a visual laugh track. All right. So I'll put on there's the nose. Whole size queen jokes. Okay. Totalen Krieg. Exactly. R6. Nazi. How dare all of you? I see all of you. Don't. I may not have my glasses on, but I have a lovely screen now that I have a new computer, and I can see what all of you are saying. I want you to know that. I will not forget. All right? I will not forget. Okay, almost done with the makeup. We'll go on to the next thing then. Yep, exactly. And it also relates to being drunk, right? Which is funny. Fascist serial killer, Mayflower Kid. Oh, Mayflower Kid, that hurt my heart. That really hurt, Mayflower Kid. How dare you? All right. What color should I put on the mouth? And yeah, right, Drusilla. I know what you're thinking the stuff you want to do, though, aren't you, Drusilla? All right. I'm not going to marry you now, Drusilla. If you can forget that ring. Would anyone like to? What color should I do for the mouth? Anyone have an idea? You know what? Let's do. We did green the one time, and that was not great. You think orange? Okay, we can do orange for the mouth. We'll do orange for the mouth. That was the first thing I saw. Orange for the mouth, orange. Okay, we'll do orange for the mouth. We'll do orange for the mouth. Mango orange. Oh, God, I got it on my lips. I'm going to get lead poisoning now. I'm just kidding. There's not lead in this. At least I don't think there's lead in this. I hope there's not lead in it. Matt Saigai can maybe do a test for me and find out if there's lead in this, which might explain the brain damage. I'm not even from Flint, Michigan. Well, now the nose doesn't look much different than the mouth, does it? And I think I overdid it. I overdid the mouth, didn't I? Yeah, look, the nose and the mouth look the same now. Well, okay. That's okay. Right, Mayflower Kid. Okay. Regardless, now let me last thing. I promise we'll keep watching here in a second. I just need to finish this real fast. Let's do the eyes. We'll do the eyes. I look like a half-pale Trump, don't I? That actually makes it work better. Okay, fair. All right. So let's do the eyes now. Let's do the eyes. For the eyes, I'm thinking blue. Let's do a blue for the eyes. Let's do the blue for the eyes. A nice blue, a nice little blue here. I'll be like Bob Ross. Now, obviously, folks, if I get rich and famous, I'm going to figure out a way to do this that doesn't require me to use my finger in this way and make it look somewhat terrible. All right, there we go. Do some blue on the eyes. This is kind of good. I like this. All right, this is good, guys. This is good. This is nice. We'll get back to the stream here in a second. I would like to thank everyone who's donated that have got us far enough that I can put on the makeup. It's been a while since I put on makeup, folks. I'm trying to protect my skin because I've got to protect my youth. All right, though I think it's too late for that, but you know, it's okay. I can be vain. I can be vain. I can try to be vain. It's okay. I'm only human. We can. There we go. There. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Oh, that doesn't look bad. It's kind of bad. It's not exactly straight. What about me is straight, though, guys? What about me is straight? So. There we go. There we go. Whoop. God damn it. Well, it looks more like whatever. It's fine. It looks okay. We'll just keep it like it is. And you know what? Just for added measure here. Just for added measure, I think I should maybe put a little bit, there you go. A little bit of some dots above my eye. Some pink dots. Just a little bit of pink above here. You know, just some dots just to add some extra color. A little bit of extra color, you know. Yay! Okay. Hey! Okay, that's good. We're done. We're done with this. Thank you, everyone who's donated, and we've gotten to this point. Maybe I should actually have outlined my eye previously. Regardless, here we go. All right. Glasses have to be on, though, folks, because I definitely need contacts. Regardless. All right, you guys. So, now it looks like I have measles, correct? What do we got here? Thank you guys for all your deeply insulting comments. I will remember every last one of them, and I'll make sure to get you all back sometime. Thank you, everyone, for insulting me. Now, let's see here. I'll remember. R6, I'll remember what you said. Let's see here. R6 says, you kind of look like Ernst Rohn. Thanks, R6. I'll remember that comment. I'll remember it for a very long time, okay? I'll remember it for a very long time. Let's see what else. Well, guess what? What do you mean? What do you mean there? Kind of looks like a Kinder Egg. Drusilla, I'll remember that comment. Thank you. I'll remember that. What else? The nose needs a brighter red. Okay, well, I won't take that as too much of a comment. It's giving Lego number. Meowzord, I'll remember that comment too, Meowzord. I'll remember that comment too, Meowzord. Looks like a half-pale Trump. I'll remember that comment. Thank you, Drusilla. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Now he is Trump. I'll remember that. I'm sorry, I'm literally going through just to make sure who insult. Retro Asher, I will remember that. How dare you imply that I want to make out with Bill Clinton? All right. Thank you, Matt Saiga. I'll remember you saying I'm a Nazi sympathizer. And as always, Dolly Boy, I will remember your insults. Okay. All right, guys. I'll go back and make sure I save this stream and go back to make a list of all these comments. All right, everyone ready? Let's continue. So you're not even going to click. Oh, I'm sorry, Mauser. What was your link? What was Mauser's link? Let's see. Oop. That was not Mauser's link here. Oh, wait. Nope, that's all. That's still, let's go. What's Mauser's link here? Oh my God, I won it, Meowzord. Oh my God, I won it. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It got gay. Oh, happy birthday, Dubois. Everyone, it's Dubois' birthday. Happy birthday, Dubois. Happy birthday. Okay. This is very cute. I really want this. I really want this. Look at this. It's adorable. Oh my God. Okay. This is fantastic. Consumer state. That's for sure R6. Okay. All right. Let's go on, folks. Dubois for Dubois. All right. Okay, guys, let's continue. Not a bad price at all. What is this, Louise, that you sent me? Japan? No, see, here's the thing. Japan is not living in 2080. They are living in 2026. We are living in 1990. That's the issue, okay? Don't worry, we'll get back to the series. Oh my God, amazing. It is, Meowsword, it is. Oh, look. Aw. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Dubois. Oh, this is cute. Okay, I get the idea. That's cute, though. All right, let's get back here to this stuff, right? Now, we have Mehdi Hassan, who we all love, right? Everyone here loves Mehdi Hassan. Everyone here loves Mehdi Hassan. I got the idea, Louise. I loved it. Thank you, Louise. It was a good little palate cleanser. Mehdi Hassan, as always, bringing the facts and sets to the debate. So let's listen to what Mehdi Hassan has to say.
That Donald Trump is the peace president. Can I just say, I mean, can we finally put this?
I also, by the way, look, I think he'd make a good jester. He always has this sort of smile on his face, like that, showing his utter contempt for people with power, and I just love it. I love it.
BS to bed. That Donald Trump is the peace president. He's anti-war. He's isolationist. He's on a neocon. This man bombs.
Phineas, thank you very much, Phineas. Welcome to the chat, Phineas. Glad to have you here. By the way, Phineas reminded me, and Finn, thank you. You're right. They have made toilets that art form, and as always, folks, I'm always promoting the use of bidets. Phineas and Finn and everyone else, please join our Discord. We have a very fast-going community on there. And yeah, I know I'm doing a little self-promotion. Let me send you the link. I'll put it in chat. Please join our fast-growing Discord. We have a lovely community. Very, and I'm not just saying that because it's, has my name on it or whatever. It is literally a very good community. It is a very good community. And I'm going to edit the invite link. Let me see here. Because we copy, and we'll put that there. So please join our Discord if you want to. You don't have to. For everyone new who's watching, I mean, obviously you don't have to, but I'm not going to force you. There you go. We have a lovely growing community on there. And also, you can also, of course, Finn, you can also suggest videos for me to watch on there if you're curious, okay? Because that's what we're after this, we're going to do some video recommendations, okay? All right, moving on. Let's see here.
7 countries, Ali, last year: Nigeria, Somalia, Yemen, Syria.
By the way, if we get one more super chat, just one more super chat, we will do a game.
Iraq, Venezuela. He bombed all.
How dare you, Sir Bartholomew?
In 1 year. And then he begins the new year threatening Iran. He said, we're locked and loaded. And then he starts, January 3rd, bombs Venezuela and basically kidnaps the president. And I'm glad, Ali, that you, unlike a lot of other journalists, didn't use the words arrested or detained or captured. Kidnapped. Because the United States has no authority to do what it did on Saturday. We are not the world's police.
See, guys, he's always, I know this is kind of a superficial commentary. He's always on the verge of laughing. Did you hear that? Like, that's how I feel a lot of the time. Like, with all the horrors, Jester, why not both? Why can't it be a game and a game? Okay. Like that's how I feel a lot of the time, and you can see he's always like on the verge of like this maniacal laughter. I love it.
We don't have jurisdiction to go into other countries and just grab their leaders and the first lady of that country and bring them to us. Think about how absurd that is. Does that mean
one of your reporters
can now indict Trump in their courts and send a SEAL team in here?
One of your reporters published something yesterday.
Matt Saigai is full of shit. Don't listen to Matt Saigai. I'm watching people's video recommendations all the time. Okay, I am.
Which was very specific. It says there are very specific conditions under which a country can cross into another country to take military action, let alone kidnapping their leader. They're very specific. This is not gray area at all.
Yeah.
So J.D. Vance claimed yesterday that the legal rationale for this operation was that the DOJ had indicted him. This was a law.
Yeah, okay, that's hilarious to me. So does that mean if someone indicted Donald Trump, like let's say the UK indicted Donald Trump, that they have the right then to come into the United States and kidnap him from the White House? Like, okay, if you're going to apply that standard, then we should definitely apply that across the board. Someone needs to go kidnap Netanyahu. By the way, I would support that. Someone needs to go kidnap Netanyahu and take him to the International Criminal. You know what? I changed my mind. I would love that. That's it. I would love that. Moving on.
Enforcement operation, which is absurd. Think about that. Can a future American president, can a Democratic president now come in and say, hey, Bukele in El Salvador, don't like him. Let's indict him and send in SEAL Team 6 to get him. Can a foreign country indict Donald Trump in their domestic courts and send in their special forces into D.C. to try and grab the president of the U.S.? This is madness. No one accepts the legal basis.
Dolly Boy.
And by the way, J.D. Vance,
and that's a good point. Dolly Boy's right. Like in that case, we could just indict any leader and then invade and take them out. That's a very good point, Dolly Boy.
All these people spent years saying we're against regime change wars. We're against intervening in Venezuela in Gabbard's case. Where is Tulsi Gabbard right now? Why is J.D. Vance not resigning on principle? What happened to all these people who said Trump would end the endless war?
Yeah, you're right, Philly Cheese. That's a fair point. Oh, my God. Okay. I love Mehdi Hassan. So here is trying to find here. Now, we saw this already. Yesterday, guys, we watched this on stream together. I know many people weren't on that stream, but I wanted to show you. Oh, so here for the people who didn't know, after capturing, it absolutely does, Finn. It's horrific. After capturing Maduro, we did a classic Roman-style parading through the streets of Maduro in New York City. Did you guys hear about this? I'm not joking. The people who captured Maduro literally paraded him through the streets of New York City. Because why not, right? Why not? Great, right? Paraded him through the city. Love that for us. Great. So that, because we're like the Roman Empire and we have to have a triumph after we've broken international law. Yeah, of course. Right. Absolutely. Retro. So here we go. This is the, I guess, Venezuelan leader Maduro traveling through the streets of New York City. All right. Yes, Mayflower Kid. Look at that. They have all the doors open so people can see. There are people cheering. And then they pause just to close the doors because it was all planned in advance. Good, right? We live in such a civilized country, don't we? Oh, I love it for us. It's such a great country. I love that. I love that for us. Woo! A little excessive, right, Finn? Yes. So Mayflower Kid, that is correct. You guys notice I will refer to people by the name I know them as. Some people in here have changed their name, their screen name. So I always refer to people by their original screen name to help myself remember. So for example, Matt Saigai is actually your smart guy. All right. So some people you might be like, who the hell? Dolly Boy is Cycling Boy. All right. But that's just because that's what I remember them as. Yep. And women still won't. Fuck them. Yep. What's wrong with feminism? Right, Meow? I mean, good God. Oh, right. Yeah, it's all about bread and circuses. And I know I sound like a lunatic. I mean, I am a lunatic, but you know, I know I sound weird laughing about it, but guys, it's beyond parody, isn't it? It's like, I just love living here so much. I love, God help me, save me, save me. I don't want to be here anymore. Okay. All right. Right, guys? Great, right? That's fair, Mayflower Kid. You can, I don't blame you. All right. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. So what we're continuing. I want you all to get a good sense of the state of things after this illegal attack. Okay. So, okay, this is sort of off topic. This is sort of off topic, kind of. So, do we remember how last week we talked about, yeah, Finn, yes, it does. A very small amount of the drug trade. This attack had nothing to do with the drug trade, or at least very little. It has to do with three things: oil, rare earth minerals, and imperialism. Our desire to control Venezuela, to keep them out of the sphere of influence of China and Russia, with our desire for their oil reserves and our desire for their rare earth minerals. It is just an excuse when they say drug trade. If we were going after the drug trade, we'd be bombing a bunch of other countries. We'd be bombing some of our own states. Right. But he's a narco-terrorist. Right, Dolly Boy. Okay. So, anyway, yes, Finn, you're correct. All right. So, remember how last week we talked about, I showed you some of the propaganda from the U.S. Department of Labor? Yeah. Remember, guys, for those that were in the stream then, I showed you some of the real dark propaganda that was, guys, almost exactly reminiscent of Nazi propaganda. Remember we saw that Imperial Eagle and shit? Okay. So they posted a new piece of propaganda. That's a video that I wanted to show you. And oh my God, does the Nazism go hard? They even did it in black and white, kind of like they're trying to hark back to the 1930s or 40s. So ready for this? More joy for all of you. Here we go. I mean, it's also cheesy. That's it. It says, remember who you are. And remember who you are. That's all it says throughout the whole thing. Remember who you are. That certainly sounds reminiscent, doesn't it? Don't forget your racial superiority. You, my Aryan brothers and sisters kind of deal, right? Like, okay. I'm sorry it was so loud, Dubois. My apologies. If it was too loud, I apologize. I should have reframed that. Here we got another one that was just, this was a new one posted. This was a new one posted by Customs and Border Enforcement. Yeah, don't forget your white roots. I don't have to remember because I know who we are. There. Well, I'm glad. Who do you think we are there? I have a treat for you. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, they really did, R6, didn't they? Now, yeah, that's for sure. R6, you have some great contributions. Thank you for being here. All right. So, let's watch this. Now, this was a new piece of propaganda from Customs and Border Control. I know, right, Finn? Doesn't make sense. Also happy to have you here. Here is the Customs and Border Enforcement. I'm sorry. Or is it the Department of Homeland Security? U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Okay, they posted a new video. Everyone ready for this? Everyone good? Okay, let's do it.
September 11th, 2001. Nearly 3,000 Americans lost because terrorists were here illegally.
Because terrorists were here illegally. Sorry, I'll stop.
From that day, ICE was born. America's first
immigration,
counterterrorism, and homeland security effort. Today, ICE is refocused on its mission and making America safer.
Whoa! Woo! Oh, do you all feel a lot safer now? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost control there for a second. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We'll continue this. I'm sure you all feel much safer now with the Trump administration in charge. Whew. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Gang violence is falling, fentanyl deaths at a 5-year low, and the worst of the worst are being sent back. America needs you. Join ICE. Apply today at join.ice.gov.
There you go. It's just, of course, guys, they're doing all the regular stuff. Like, it's almost like the South Park episode, like Family Guy episode, where they're like, yeah, right, there you go. I have a treat, right? Shocking. I love when they're talking about, like, you know, that Family Guy episode where she's like 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, and she ends up winning the election because all she does is say 9/11 over and over again. And then they show a bunch of images of brown people. And like, okay. Anyway, so there's some more propaganda for you. 9/11 was bad. Exactly, Red for Rasher. So, okay, that's good. Love that. Now, here we got some more. So we're kind of going down a dark path right now. I know that's an understatement. But what I mean is in the stream, okay? Now let's take a look at what this guy says. Now, we all know who this guy is, right? The one with the super fake Southern accent. What is his name again? I'm going to lose my mind. What's his name again? Oh, that's right. This is John Kennedy. Now, this was from before what happened, but it's still relevant. John Kennedy, the Southern good old boy, okay, the Southern good old boy who like loves to make little comments. I wish it was on the screen. It is on the screen. What do you mean, Mazard? He likes to make lots of cute comments and things like that. Little anecdotes. You know, he's a funny guy, but I have a feeling he, yeah, I know, right? Is it right? Oh my God, it is. Malzord, how dare you? Okay, yes, you're right. It's right there. So, no, Dolly boy, no relation. So let's see what he has to say in his good old country boy style, all right?
I feel great sympathy for the people of Venezuela. I feel no sympathy for the Venezuelan government led.
He's also just a really bad actor.
By Nicolas Maduro. And those who do have sympathy for Maduro, I suspect some of my colleagues do, they shouldn't be driving. They ought to ask for their money back on their GED. Karma's going to eat them someday. Look, the Venezuelan government is not a dictatorship. It's a criminal organization. Venezuela and Maduro, to be specific.
By the way, why can't it be both? Like, he makes it sound like it can't be both, but in political science, you can be both.
He makes his money by selling poison to our kids and to the rest of the world, and by selling illegal oil. And some of my colleagues say, well, he's not selling fentanyl.
Yeah.
He's selling cocaine. Like, that's okay.
Look at the gold wall piece.
I mean, look, Skillet Head, what do you think they mix the fentanyl with? Street dealers don't walk around saying, here's fentanyl, get your fentanyl right here, and it'll kill you. They mix it with the cocaine to give it extra kick. And if you
no, this is okay. Let me say, this is how, they mix the fentanyl with communism. This is how the fentanyl becomes a problem. A lobbyist for the Sackler family and their drug company goes to your local doctor's office and basically starts pushing and lying about how addictive fentanyl is, and then gets the doctor to start prescribing it a lot more without considering how addictive it is. So they start prescribing it for every little pain everyone has, which then gets a ton of people addicted. And then when they get cut off, they then have to start seeking it elsewhere. And that is why the Sackler family is responsible for the fentanyl epidemic. And now other drug organizations are exploiting the demand. So that is how fentanyl actually gets into, how it actually got into our country. It comes in with a guy in a business suit going into your doctor's office trying to promote it for the sake of the Sackler family and their profits. Now, as we saw yesterday with Emma Vigeland, if we're following the same logic here, technically, we should then get the Sackler family and do a public execution or a public trial, because they were the biggest drug pushers in the country. Now, I'm not saying public execution. For the sake of TOS here, I'm not saying we should do a public execution because we haven't executed Maduro. I'm just saying, in theory, we did execute a bunch of apparent drug dealers in the Caribbean with our strikes illegally against international law and against morality. But regardless, okay, So if you want to talk about the real criminals here, and now it's being sold illegally. But why don't we talk about how it originally, the Sackler, the Purdue family, the Sackler family. Oh, okay. All right.
If they put too much of the fentanyl in the cocaine, you die. You're dead. You're dead as Jimmy Hoffa. You'll notice, and what the Trump administration has been doing is working. You notice we don't see many.
Bolivar is the leader in cocoa leaf production. You mean Venezuela is the leader in cocoa leaf production?
Drug boats these days. There's a reason for that. The cartels in Maduro can't even find a single person to drive them.
Of course, absolutely. Well, maybe you think they'll pardon him. I don't know. That's possible? Bolivia. Yes, exactly. Bolivia is. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't sure what you were saying there, Finn. I got you now. Yeah, all right. So
I feel great.
That's Kennedy in his fake Southern charm. Yeah, and guys, I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff out there. We don't have enough information yet. John Gray is saying that he has a friend who says that Maduro wanted to come to America. I've heard that too. I've also heard people say that Trump is going to pardon Maduro. I think someone else just said this. I don't know. We need to see how it goes. A lot of this is still up in the air. I don't know why he would pardon Maduro, unless, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's possible. I don't know. Okay. So it's still evolving, these things. I have a couple more here to show you. All right. Here are protests going on in right now in Venezuela, demanding the freeing of Maduro. So the next time the media is telling you how there are people screaming about how happy they are about Maduro leaving office in Venezuela, there's also people in Venezuela who are absolutely demanding the return of, Sir Bartholomew, the return of their president. Okay? So I just want to make that clear. Okay? You don't know why he would. $1 million in cash, he totally would. Oh, no, I agree. I have a treat for you, but we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. And, that's possible. It's very possible. So, but, okay. Okay, totally paid actors, right? Look at all these paid actors here. All right. All right. Let's go here. So just wanted to show you that. Yeah, Meowser, look at this. Literally, they have a sign in English that says, "Free the President of Venezuela." Okay, it's not like, okay. So, there's that. There's that. There's that fun stuff. Okay. So we saw some of this yesterday. This was Trump aboard Air Force One. All right. This is Trump aboard Air Force One. He made some comments. And I know I'm going on and on about this, folks. I just got to do it. By the way, yes, I agree. Retro Asher, beautiful handwriting. As a teacher, I deeply approve of their English handwriting. He might, in a few months, he will. Yeah, that's very possible. He might pardon him. I don't know. But I also know he's a cruel bastard, and he might just keep him in prison just to make himself appear to be a strong guy. But why? So anyway, I don't know, right? I think it's too early for anyone to know. I know there's a lot of speculation out there. But my history brain always makes me want to wait to say what's going to happen. But you guys can, you can guess as much as you want. Okay. So here we go. Yeah, not a dumb American, right? Okay. I feel like Trump will send Maduro to Ad Max in Florence, Colorado, the most probably, Finn. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. Okay. So this was Trump on Air Force One yesterday. We listened to this on stream last night a bit. I know I went on stream. For a lot of people weren't here because it was very late and I was just testing some things out. It was just on Twitch. And we listened to this while I was playing Cyberpunk. But this is just some things from Trump's comments yesterday.
Before the operation took place. Yes. Did you maybe tip them off about before and after? And they want to go.
So he's saying that they spoke to the leadership of Venezuela before and after the operation.
and they're going to do a great job for the people of Venezuela, and they're going to represent us well.
So the reason I'm putting that up there is that we're not sure yet if maybe the Venezuelans, some of the people around Maduro had secretly already made deals with the U.S. That is possible. We don't know. But some of the comments I've heard coming out of the Trump administration seem to indicate that maybe they were in communication, which is possible, but we don't know. Yeah, Meowsword. He said that they'll represent us, not the people of Venezuela. Correct. And so that was one of the comments I heard that made me think that maybe this is more stuff like that. Oh, yes, and one more here, guys, that you all will love, because I know what all of you love. I know what all of you love. You all love Zionists. You're all very big fan of Zionists, right? You're all huge. You're all cheering for the state of Israel too. You really want to see the extermination of the Palestinians. I know all of you are just frothing at the mouth Zionists, right? There you go, Meowsword. I know all of you love Zionists. So what we're going to do now, I know, John Gray, right? Shocking. What we're going to do now, I know, right? So does anyone know who this lady is? Do we all know who this lady is? This lady, now you'll notice every time she's on TV, she either has one of two necklaces on. One, she'll have an IDF dog tag on, or two, she'll have an emblem of the Star of David for the state of Israel around. She's an ambassador to Bibi Netanyahu, raging Zionist. And, you know, this is what she said on News Nation. She claims to be a liberal, by the way, claims to be a liberal. A lot of time when she's brought on TV, she's presented as being a liberal, which is funny to me. And though, I mean, there are a lot of liberals who are Zionists. So this is what she's saying about Venezuela. And how is anyone shocked, really? No, this is not John Gray. This is I think like an ambassador, one of Netanyahu's ambassadors or some shit. I mean, not like direct ambassador, but she's basically a talking head for the Israeli government. Okay. So, all right.
I really am skeptical about this narrative that somehow this is a pro-war Trump, or that this isn't consistent with his promises to the MAGA movement.
By the way, Netanyahu has been in favor of overthrowing Nicolas Maduro, okay, because of perceived links to Iran, which there are some links to Iran, and to what he claims is Hezbollah, which probably not directly, well, maybe somewhat directly. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But okay, so
people are acting like the problem with our, pointless forever wars of regime change that cost us billions and billions of dollars and tens of thousands of precious souls was the regime change part, not the pointless bloodshed and loss of treasure part, right? In their eagerness to oppose Trump, you have people on the left, all the Democrats, and then of course, someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene acting like, the world isn't better off without a dictator like Maduro in charge of a country very close to the United States and constantly trying to...
Guys, this reminds me of when we invaded Panama in like the 1980s, I think it was. And then like all over the media, they were screaming like Panama is such a massive threat to the United States. Or when we invaded Grenada, and they're like, Grenada is a massive threat to the United States. Really? We think that those countries, I'm not like being a jingoist American here, but I don't think one of the most powerful militaries on the planet is threatened by Venezuela, even if it's close to America. Right. I don't know. R6, I don't think there are any we haven't invaded. Okay. All right. Okay.
To harm our citizens. Of course, it's better. This isn't a war. This was a very targeted.
Guys, this wasn't a war. Don't you know this wasn't a war? This wasn't a war. This isn't a war at all. Okay.
Military operation that totally.
She's literally, you guys, she's using the Putin talking points. She's using the Putin talking points. Like, she's using the Putin So, remember, what does Putin call the war in Ukraine? It's a special military operation, and it isn't a war. Now, it's a special military operation that has lasted years.
Succeeded, and the war part was over by the time we all found out about it. So I really don't see this as consistent at all, or inconsistent at all, with the promises the president had made.
Yeah, absolutely,
not
R6.
Afghanistan.
Yep.
25 years ago, there was a functioning democracy.
Yep,
there is muscle memory there. There is a middle class that remembers how to do that. And I will just say one more point, which is the political angle here. Working class Americans.
Oh, now we're getting some trolls. This is, well, not really trolls, I guess. We got some people in disagreeing. That's okay, though. I'm trying to see. I missed some comments here. Yeah, Operation Washtub and Nickel. Yeah, there's tons of operations like that, R6. Tons like that. Okay. So, oh my God, you guys, I'm humiliated. I'm humiliated by some of the Americans coming into chat here. Jesus Christ. What an embarrassment we are. What an embarrassment we are. Oh, good God. The fact that these folks are for the Americans in chat that are sane, which I know the Americans that come into this chat are typically sane. But like, do you see how we're being represented by some of the few people in chat here? Some of these trolls, or not really trolls, but they're like, they sound like modern day Nazis. Like, I don't know what else to phrase it. They really ought to make remember that game that I played on stream that was like, was this said by a Zionist or said by a Nazi? They need to do one of that with Americans. Was this said by a Nazi or by an American? That is possible, Meowser, and some of them may be bots. But like, okay, it's humiliating. Jesus. Yeah, absolutely not. And you're right, and I'm not even arguing with them. I have a treat because it's kind of pointless. Yeah, that's fair, Retro Asher.
Doses, immigration, and crime are their top concerns. And these were all issues where Maduro was...
So, Cal, I'm talking about the game. The game is it a Nazi that said it, or was it a Zionist? So we could do a game. Was it a Nazi that said it, or was it an American nationalist? If that makes sense.
Attacking us.
You're right. Maybe not Nazi. We could nitpick here. So, Cal, I could say fascist instead.
Over and over and over again. This operation is unbelievably popular with Latinos, who the president had been losing support.
Oh my God. Here we go. Okay.
With. So this just seems like a total win for us. Now, of course, it could go bad. When he says we're going to run it, this could
be lovely,
end up costing
Retro.
us a lot of money. But knowing what I know about Trump, that just seems so unlikely. This is a person who hates being taken advantage of. So I just don't see that happening at all.
Oh my
really
God.
Does see himself,
even though he's being taken advantage of by multiple world leaders, right?
As a president of peace. And you have to understand how destabilizing this action against Maduro was for all of our other adversaries. There were Chinese officials there.
Yeah, is she about to cry? Like, it seems like she's about to start crying. Like, she's like, guys, we needed this war. If we didn't have this war, there'd be so much bad stuff would happen. We really needed this war. Why do people not like this war? I love bombing people. Only 60 people died, and okay, whoa, calm down. Deeply emotionally disturbed. Deeply emotionally disturbed. All right. Okay.
Venezuela at the time of this, attack. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the signal that sends to Xi Jinping about who's in charge, the signal it sends to the Russians.
No,
who, of course, have a very close
I have a treat for you. I agree. At least, let's put it this way. I have a treat for you. Says, I'm absolutely liberal, but I'm getting Maduro is absolutely a win for Trump. Maybe not a win for the U.S., but definitely, yeah, I agree. I'm worried that this is going to play really well with his base, and I'm starting to really see that, and it's disturbing. And we'll have to see over time. If he gets bogged down in Venezuela, it won't be a win. But right now, it does look very good for him, especially because the mainstream media isn't pushing back that much against it, and MAGA loves it. Okay, so we'll see, but I generally agree with you there. Yeah, only don't you like the identity politics stuff? Like, I hate when they weaponize identity politics and be like, well, Latinos love him. Latinos in the United States are Americans. They're not Venezuelans. Why do you, okay. Yeah, poor little fascist. You could do social as well as any communist too. I love this. So someone in the chat here said you could also call them socialist as well, any communist too. It's funny how you guys assign the definition of Nazi to basically anything at this point. No context or anything. Very unacademic. I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on that. This is funny. For those of you in my community, you know, oh, this sounds so arrogant of me. I have an academic background in studying fascism. So anyway. All right. There you go. I have a treat for you, right? All right. Okay.
Action with the Venezuelans over oil. The Iranian regime, who relied on Venezuelan oil to keep itself afloat, in the span of a 4-hour precise military operation, the president has signaled to every single one of our adversaries who is in charge.
Like, why is she yelling? Why is she yelling? Calm down.
Them.
It's like she's gotten a lot of practice screaming about how many children in Palestine she wants to bomb and murder. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, guys, admittedly. All right. So I just wanted to show you, I know you all like Zionists. You're all very big fans. So I thought you'd be funny to see a Zionist take on this. Who here is shocked at the lack of morality in a Zionist view on this? Okay. And the weird, hyper, oh my God, why are people so mad about us bombing a country? Okay. All right. So there's that. There's that for you. So guys, if we get one more super chat, I believe is what we need. If we get one more, we will play a game. And too much morality. And guys, okay, I'm going to put my face up real fast. We're going to start confusing imposter when we call it. Yeah. Hyperbolic. Yeah. So, all right. Again, I need to figure out how to make this so that it isn't, you can still see it, but it's not. All right. Oh, 1 second. I need to, what did I do wrong here? There we go. Put this up here. We have some other things to watch too. I'm just putting up my face here for a second. Oh, look, doesn't it look great with the new computer? I feel like you can see how flawed my makeup is when we're this close. Okay. So, all right. I got to ask you all a question. It's a problem I keep running into. And you know how I like, for those who are new here, this community is kind of like a collective, all right? The community will correct me when I'm wrong. I will accept defeat when I'm wrong, etc. But yeah, so Cal, I got a new computer. I had to because my other computer shut down while when the Maduro stuff started happening. So here's my so I've started to have an issue where I pull this thing where I get into arguments with people and then I pull the academic card. And I'm bringing this up because I just did it. And I shouldn't do that. Now, because that's just not a good argument and it makes me look like an asshole. And it doesn't help at all. It doesn't help at all for me to be like, well, I have an education about this. I studied it in grad school. I was getting my PhD. You see what I mean? It doesn't help. Do we think, like, okay, what's a different way I could approach this? I'm honestly asking you guys because I know I could just not argue with them, but I could just, if I see a comment that is completely uncurable, yeah, Base, you got to stop. They called you out. Yeah, totally. All right. So like, I know, I'm just saying, like, what's a different way to approach this? Because I get frustrated and then I default to that because I don't know how else to, I'm used to being, I think it's an issue of authority, right? I used to be a teacher. Okay. I used to be a teacher. So if like students listen to you because they respect you as a person who knows what they're talking about generally. So I'm not used to people not obeying my authority. You see what I mean? Yes, I'm saying authority because it's sort of a flaw of mine. And so when people who don't know what they're talking about say things and I try to tell them what's true, I fall into this teacher mode where I'm like, no, I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, you don't ban us for name calling or having fun. That's true. Practice non-attack. That's fair, Meowzor. That is fair. Okay. You got to stop. They called you. Yeah, I agree. You're anti-Semitic, Yori? Okay, hilarious. Thank you, Finn. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's pretty valid to put. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, exactly, Retro Asher. It is. But like, this is a big issue, right? Okay. While we are an open community, personal attacks are not acceptable. Stick to the issue, not personal attacks. Okay, gotcha, SoCal. All right. You just got to give such a non-answer to something funny or play stupid. That's fair, Malzord. Okay, I will try harder not to take the bait. All right, so that was just a serious moment there. Anyone, you also playing fake stupid gets more engagement. Oh, that's a good point, Malzord. Okay, I'll do that. Recently, I've just been super frustrated. Oh, I got you, SoCal. Okay. Wait, what's Venezuela? Okay, Malzard, I'll do that. That's a good idea. I like that idea. All right, so it's an honest question. I know I'm taking a serious moment here. For those that are new to watch, who are new to watching the stream, this is what we do, okay? We have moments where we work as a community to improve the stream, okay? Who's Obama? Okay, I'll do that, okay? That's a good point. I'll play stupid. Yeah, right, Ninjester. Okay, all right, guys, I'm done with that. I just wanted to ask you all that. It's a flaw that I keep noticing I do, and I keep saying I'm not going to do it, and then I do it anyway. And it's almost like a pride thing. I get offended. I'm like, I studied this for so long, and then I'm not being listened to, and I shouldn't feel that way. That is a almost authoritarian mindset, right? And I need to stop it. Okay, you all know I'm generally pretty good about this. Oh, I've started to realize that a lot of people, Retro Asher, a lot of people arguing just shut down when you pull out entirely uncomfortable phrases. Good girl is one that works the best, particularly if said to a grown man. Oh, okay, Retro Asher, that's a good one too. I'll consider that. I have found that it works to shut people down, like people who are being homophobic towards me. If I literally say, I'm gay. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, the sky is green. The grass is green. The sky is blue. I love men. Ha ha ha. I love men. That tends to shut people up too. But anyway, okay. I'm just curious. I'm trying to perfect these things. There you go, Finn. You know it, Finn, right? It's okay, my friend. I have been doing construction for 30 years, but my customers don't listen to me. It just hurts them in the end. Yeah, I know. And like, anyway, okay. Yeah, does your wife know you watch gay streamers? That's good. All right, you guys. So anyway, okay, you guys. So that's sort of just something I wanted to ask you all about. Okay, back to the stream, back to the good stuff. So, okay, we will do that. You know, folks, always working to improve. So, okay, guys, I'm going to join our Discord because we talk about strategy and stuff on the Discord all the time. And so please join our Discord if you haven't already. And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to do some reactions to some videos that were posted by my community on Discord. And I know we didn't do much of a learning session today, folks, but we just had a lot to talk about when it came to Venezuela. So, please, normally we'll do a learning thing. So we'll do that. Okay. Normally we do something like that. Oh, I know, Hiyori. Don't forget people misrepresenting your arguments. Yeah, it happens all the time. Okay. Hello, Tarbin. Welcome, Tarbin. Okay, Tarbin, where do you live? Not like exactly where you live, but do you live in the United States? Do you live overseas somewhere? Overseas to the United States, I should say. Just curious. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But you're a regular, Tarbin. I gotta know. I don't have to know, but all right. So, okay. What's your address? What's your social security number? What's your bank account number? Okay, I'm just kidding. Don't tell me that. Okay. So let's go on here. We have some Dolly Boy. How dare you? By the way, Dolly Boy, address has 2 D's in it. All right. It has 2 D's in it, Dolly Boy. And I think I won. Can I offer? Yes, please, Mauser. What's your Canva tip? What is your Canva tip, Mauser? You know, I appreciate your tips about Canva. All right. So guys, let me look up while I'm going to look up what we have here in the reactions channel on Discord to see what we can talk about. Oh, you know what? Louise, are you here, Louise? Are you here, Louise? Louise. Are you here, Louise? Because if you're here, Louise, I would love to react to the thing you sent me.
Trying to write with nonstop pings? That's where Grammarly comes in.
Okay, so 1 second here. Let me pull it up. There it is.
From here in Britain.
Okay, let me quickly check here. Thank you, Finn. Thank you very much. Loki, some people here definitely need to be disciplined. That's fair, R6. You here, Louise? No, Louise isn't here. Oh, no, Louise, come back, Louise. We love you, Louise. You sent this video. I want to make sure you're here when I watch it. Hey, Louise, come back. No, Louise. Dress and has DDs in it if she does. Great channel. Thank you, Finn. This is the mode ADHD class. Well, we're not doing a class, Mayflower kid. Hold your horses. You're not doing a class yet. We're not doing our regular educational thing at the beginning. Mamma mia, it's me, Mario from Super Mario. The guy, send me a picture of your credit card and 3. Okay, that's hilarious. All right. What's your Canva tip, Meowzord? All right, guys. So guys, this is, let me, I'm going to put our, the stuff back up. Oh, Louise, why aren't you here? Okay, fine. We won't watch this video because Louise isn't here. And Louise sent it, and we love Louise, and we have to, have Louise here when we watch it. Let's watch this instead. In Your Groove is In Your Groove here. Where is everyone?
I grew up
Where
in
is everyone? They sent these videos and then they're not here when I need them. Are you here? Are you here in Your Groove? Are you here in Your Groove? You're wanting to do more of it. I should clip it. You're right. Okay. Did I hear discipline? Dolly boy, dear God. Do we have here? Yay, In Your Groove is here. Okay, good. We'll watch In Your Groove's video. So In Your Groove sent this to me on our Reacts channel. And is, wait, someone said we need people to be more disciplined. What does that mean? What do you mean? Some people, low-key, some people need to be in here, some people here need to be more disciplined. Who are you referring to, R6? Call them out by name. I will discipline them. Hey, burnt out bastard, welcome. Burnt out bastard, you're not the only burnt out bastard in here. I can promise you that. We're all kind of burnt out. All right, welcome. Welcome, burnt out bastard. She's online but might be AFK. Okay, that's okay. Maybe when she comes back, if we see her come back on, someone, I don't know, yell at me. All right,
Russia.
So this video is called I'm Russian. Here's how propaganda really works. And we're surrounded by it. I did a stream back when I started streaming about how basically, I got you, R6, okay? I got you. About how we are surrounded every day by propaganda in the United States. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Every department of communications in a corporation and every PR department and every organization is literally a propaganda department. There was a book originally written in the 1920s called On Propaganda that taught people how to do propaganda. And then after World War II, the word propaganda got a bad name. So Edward Bernays, the guy who wrote that book, literally went back through the book, removed the word propaganda, and replaced it with the word public relations. And then over time, it has also included communications. So any communications or public relations department is a propaganda department. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States. We are surrounded by propaganda all the time, by corporations, by the government, by even nonprofits. Even some of the propaganda is actually good, like the anti-smoking campaign was a form of propaganda that could arguably be viewed as beneficial. My point is we're surrounded by propaganda. Okay? Propaganda. And no one is immune to it. That includes me, folks. No one is immune to propaganda, and that includes me. All right? Exactly, I have a treat for you. One could arguably say that my channel is propaganda. Does that mean that it is inaccurate or that it is immoral or something? No. But a lot of the propaganda in the United States is bad, okay? Because it is propaganda meant to... so when I was in grad school, I studied... I'm not saying this to be arrogant, like I just said. I'm trying to explain to people who are new. I studied fascism, and then I was writing my PhD. I didn't complete my PhD, but I was writing my PhD thesis on something called systems of social control. Basically, how elites and people in power attempt to keep people in line in the United States using different systemic things and such, okay? So a lot of the propaganda in the United States is angled towards keeping people in line, all right? And maintaining that system of power. So that is, a lot of it is, and that's the dangerous part. So I'm excited to watch this from In Your Groove. I have not seen it. Russia also has a very vibrant propaganda apparatus. So let's take a watch. I'm Russian. Here's how propaganda really works.
When people in the West talk about propaganda, I usually understand the theory they're describing, but emotionally it feels foreign.
Exactly, I have a treat
because
for you.
What they imagine is very clean, very cinematic. Someone lies, someone believes the lie, end of story. That's comforting, because it suggests there is a clear villain and a clear victim. Real propaganda is messier, more boring, more human. For a long time, I thought propaganda was something that only worked on people who were...
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pause this quite a bit probably because I know a bit about this topic. So we tend to think of propaganda. We think of like those old World War II and World War I posters, like the one I showed you earlier. It's like pretty obvious. Or we think of like North Korean TV or like Russian state TV or whatever it may be. The vast majority of propaganda is much more subtle, okay? And it infiltrates all parts of your life and you don't even notice it's there. And those are almost the more dangerous ones, okay?
And very smart. I really believe that. I thought, I can tell when something is nonsense. I can recognize manipulation. I am not a child. And that belief itself is exactly what propaganda relies on. Because propaganda doesn't need to make you stupid. It just needs to make you tired.
Yes,
when
Doug.
you live inside it, propaganda doesn't arrive as an event. There is no moment where you say, ah yes, now the propaganda has begun. It's just the part of the environment, like humidity, like background noise you don't consciously listen to, but which still affects how you feel. It's the TV that's always on in someone else's apartment. I remember a specific conversation that killed something in me a little. I was talking to someone I knew casually, not a close friend. We were discussing something we'd both heard on the news. I pointed out very calmly that what he was repeating contradicted what had been said not long ago.
Yeah.
I even gave an example. He listened, nodded, and then said, almost casually,
absolutely,
well,
Finn.
You know how it is. Everything is complicated. That was it. No argument, no tension, just a smooth exit from reality. I realized in that moment that there was no conversation to be had. Not because he was aggressive or ideological, but because the idea of coherence itself didn't matter anymore. Consistency wasn't expected.
So, consistency and coherence. There's something, I forget the Russian word for it, not maskirovka. Basically, one of the in authoritarian regimes, okay, especially in illiberal regimes where there are still a semblance of democracy, though there isn't really democracy, one of the key parts of propaganda is causing confusion, literally just muddying the water. If you make it really hard to tell what's true and not true, it no longer matters if you're lying or telling the truth. And boy, are we seeing that in the United States. It is often really hard to tell what is true and what is not true. And what that does is it basically allows the person with the biggest speakerphone to win all the time. It also makes it people feel like it doesn't matter anymore, right? It doesn't matter what's true and what's right. You can't be sure of what's true and what's right. So one form of propaganda, one of the more insidious ones, is just causing confusion. You pump out a bunch of stuff that makes it unclear what's true or not true. You try to shine doubt on facts constantly. That they do this a lot in Russia. That is a big thing in Russia, also in the United States. If you go on Twitter or go on a lot of the social media sites, a lot of people there are just making everything confusing. They're just pumping out stuff to really muddy the waters and make it really hard to figure out what is true or what's not true. That is a form of propaganda. There's actually a Russian word for it, and I can't really remember. Yeah, it's very difficult to understand that in today's age when everything is a search away. Exactly. And it's gotten a lot worse. So with the internet and with social media and stuff, there was a time, and then everyone calls everyone else misinformation, right? What does Trump do? He's always like, fake news, fake news, fake news. And he will call things fake news that are perfectly legitimate news. And then it becomes kind of unclear because fake news used to have a real meaning. It used to mean news that is literally fake, that was created for the case of being fake. Well, now he has muddied the water. He has muddied it and made it unclear if what is fake news? Is this fake news? Is this not fake news? So muddying the waters is very dangerous. And it used to be that most news sources, there were very few news sources. there were only a few channels on the TV where you'd get news and a few national newspapers and local newspapers that you could get your information from. Well, the internet has done two things. It has, one, made it easier to get around the bias of those sources, which is a good thing, but it has also made it harder to be certain about the information that you're looking at, because anyone can say anything. Okay. And someone here said, have you watched the word, have you gotten the chance to read War is a Racket? I haven't. Is it good? I'll need to read that, John Gray. Yeah, it could be agitprop. Maybe SoCal. I don't think I am. There's a Russian word for it. Yeah, fake news is now become ambiguous. Exactly. What does it mean anymore? Yeah, you have people still. I know, Outer Signal, right? Right. And folks, as I said before on the stream, one of the core, your society is screwed, especially if it's a democracy. You're screwed if you guys don't have a shared idea of what is true. If we can't agree on what a fact is, we got a problem. Okay?
That's when propaganda starts doing its real work. Not when you believe it, but when you stop expecting truth at all. Western discussions often assume propaganda's goal is loyalty, flags, passion, belief. That happens sometimes, sure, but it's not necessary. A population that's disengaged, cynical, and emotionally exhausted is far easier to manage than one that's angry and curious. Propaganda overwhelms you until your brain quietly decides this topic is too expensive to process properly. I remember mornings when
it's overwhelming the neurons in your brain, okay? Remember what I've said before, too. Once you believe something, it takes calories to change your mind, and your brain doesn't like spending calories, so it's really hard to change your mind once you believe something, and it takes time. That's why a lot of times, folks, like if you see people, I'm not a big fan of debates, just because a lot of times you're not going to change that person's mind. It's going to have to take a while, because it's almost biologically hard to change someone's mind if they're convinced of something. You kind of have to plant a seed and let them get there themselves. Well, this is complicated. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right.
Open my phone, see another heavy headline, and feel a physical resistance. Not fear, not denial, just resistance. Like my body saying, if you let this in right now, your whole day is gone. So I'd scroll past it. Not because I forgot, but because I wanted to be able to function. This is the part people often misunderstand. They think ignoring something means you don't care. In reality, ignoring is often what caring too much looks like when you have no power. Your life doesn't pause because the news is horrific. You still need to work, you still need money, you still need to interact with people. Emotional collapse is a luxury most people can't afford daily. So propaganda...
Guys, I have said this before. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, maybe, you know what, Retro Astro? Maybe I need to do some merch. Regardless, I've said this before. The structure of our system, the fact that, especially in America, we work very long hours for very little pay. We don't get much time off at all right? It is an oppressive work environment. Compared to lots of places in the world, we work a ton for very little pay. Very few of us have union representation. We get very few days off, no paid, very little paid vacation time, very little paid maternal or paternal leave. It is a deeply oppressive situation. Who the hell is going to have time to be able to sift through what is true and not true in their daily lives? Like, I know we have a tendency to judge people who are uninformed, but we have set up a system that makes it extremely difficult to even find the time to be able to do that. Like, if you get home after working for 8 hours and you have kids to take care of, or you have to make dinner, or you have other things you have to do, you had to drive home. Remember we did that presentation on This Is Alex? Okay. You're going to want to do something to relax and to calm your mind, because that's only healthy for your mind, which means you might not want to watch the news. And if you do watch the news, you're only going to get one perspective anyway, because you're not going to have time to look at multiple perspectives. So our system itself is set up almost to make people not know what's real. And that's not to say that it's done on purpose, but like there's all these structural things too that really help the propaganda work its magic. Okay. We like to say that a lack of education and things like that are the causes of this. Well, you can be super educated. I've known people who are deeply educated and still fall into the propaganda because who the hell has time to do that research? Really? Like, if there's so much information out there and a lot of it is not true and you have to work all the time, you know? So that's why we need to work fewer days of the week. We need to have a much less oppressive work system. This is why I'm a socialist, by the way. I won't get into that now. Regardless, okay. We need to be a more civilized country and stop abusing our civilians, our people that way. Okay.
Teaches you a habit, not a belief, a habit. Selective attention. You learn over time which topics drain you, which conversations leave you empty, which thoughts spiral too far, and without ever deciding consciously, you start avoiding them. Your finger scrolls faster, your answers get shorter, your curiosity narrows. Another thing that's important, propaganda doesn't need to lie well. In fact, the clumsier the lie, the better. When lies are obvious,
exactly, outer
happens.
signal.
You stop trusting not just the message, but the entire idea of truth in public space. Words stop being carriers of meaning and start being signals, noise, atmosphere. You don't ask, is this true? You ask, why are they saying this now? And eventually, even that feels like too much effort.
Yeah.
I remember sitting with my parents while the news was on in the background. It was always on.
Yeah, Finn, you're right. Finn actually mentioned this. Thank you for mentioning this, Finn. You mentioned this earlier. I forgot to say something, Finn. How Steve Bannon uses the phrase flood the zone, as in when the Trump administration does this on purpose, they try to do a whole bunch of stuff at once to overwhelm the media space so that not everything can be covered, and it's really hard to focus on any one thing they're doing. Like, it's a purposeful strategy that Steve Bannon was sort of, he didn't come up with it, but he was a big proponent of. And Trump's administration does that a lot. And yeah, so flooding the zone, definitely there are ways to do it where you can overwhelm people. Outer signal, how do you focus on what's important when there's an endless stream of slop and distractions? I think we are outer signal already kind of cooked. I got to be honest with you. But I'm trying to have revolutionary optimism. But yes, okay, there's all this distraction out there too.
Because anyone cared deeply, but because silence.
Yeah,
felt strange.
R6.
At some point, the presenter said something so absurd that I laughed. I made a sarcastic comment. My father didn't react at all. He didn't defend it. He didn't argue. He just said, "Why are you paying attention to this?" That question hit me harder than any statement. Why was I paying attention? Propaganda teaches you that paying attention is pointless, that caring too much is childish, that trying to build a clear picture of reality is naive. You're subtly trained to believe that...
Guys, that is actually that's sort of a Russian phenomenon. Because I've read about this. In the Soviet Union and in Russia, there kind of became this cynicism and this sort of cultural trend of assuming that, it's a fool's errand, fool's errand, to even try to know what's going on in the world. And like there was sort of this cultural norm of laughing at people who actually do try to figure out what's going on, because the propaganda had been so successful of confusing people that people in Russia basically throw up their hands and go, well, it's pointless to even try to know what's going on. I mean, that is pretty powerful propaganda where you're able to convince people to just throw up their hands and not care anymore. Boy, does that benefit certain people, does it not? In our society, in Russian society, we all know who it benefits. It benefits the elites and the powerful, okay? Of course, outer signal, as we rightly talk about Venezuela, Dom and Pan continue. Yeah, and they're just the distraction from the goddamn Epstein files, right? Yep, the power of demoralizing. Absolutely. Yeah, there you go in your group. Oh, he's talking about it? Okay, excellent.
The smartest move is distance. Over time, this changes how you speak. People stop making strong statements. Language becomes indirect, softer, safer. You use jokes instead of clarity. You use irony instead of sincerity. You say instead of finishing the thought. You say all this stuff instead of naming anything specific. I noticed this in myself. I'd start a sentence, realize where it was going, and instinctively blur it. Not out of fear in the dramatic sense, out of habit, out of calculation. Why say something clearly if it doesn't help and might hurt? Clarity becomes something you reserve for very private moments, if at all. Another myth is that people inside propaganda don't know
that is
it's
so
fake.
true. I fall into this sometimes, folks. Like, you have to understand, especially when I was a teacher, it has become very difficult just to state to be clear about things and just to state facts because people don't care about facts anymore. Remember that old German phrase I told you all, Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung? However I view the world is how the world is. It doesn't matter what reality is. We have gotten to the point where people view the world how they want to view the world. And what reality is doesn't really matter. Whatever you view the world to be is what it is. And it has become so difficult. It almost seems like a waste of time sometimes to actually state things factually, right? Like, because you'll just get pushback and it's a waste of time. And it won't change anyone's mind because people don't care. Okay. So it's a problem.
Well, I understood, at least on some level, that a lot of what they were hearing was nonsense. That didn't make them immune. Knowing something is false doesn't protect you if it still shapes the environment you live in. If everyone around you is influenced by the same noise, the same contradictions, the same avoidance, then your personal awareness doesn't change much. You still have to operate within that system. Propaganda also slowly trains you to doubt yourself, not in a dramatic existential way, in small practical moments. You read something disturbing and immediately feel an urge to soften it, to add context, to say, well, maybe it's not that simple. Not because you support it, but because strong emotions feel dangerous, excessive.
There you go,
like
Mayflower
they will
Kid.
Demand action you can't take. I caught myself doing this and it scared me. I'd read something genuinely horrific, and instead of feeling anger, I'd feel a kind of internal pressure to neutralize it, to balance it, to move on. My brain wasn't protecting the state, it was protecting me from overload.
Yes!
Propaganda.
God, haven't we all felt that, folks? Haven't we all felt that? Literally, I did a stream last night where I played Cyberpunk, and some of you were in there. Because even though in the midst of all this Venezuela stuff, I just couldn't. I needed to play a game or something. And I played a game. Now, we listened to a Trump speech during it, but like sometime when you have all this shit being thrown at you, it's like you're going to lose your mind unless you push some of it off. And it's okay. And we wonder also why there's so many mental health issues in this country and so much drug addiction and all these other things, which are all ways of escaping. God, excuse me. Ugh. I'm sorry, I smoked too much pot. Actually, I haven't smoked for a while, I got to tell you. Unfortunately, I need to get back on that. Anyway, it's been a long time since I smoked. It's really rather sad. Okay, moving on. So it's like I don't blame people for wanting to smoke. I mean, wanting to smoke, wanting to escape reality, okay?
It doesn't tell you what to think. It teaches you not to feel too much. Another important thing, propaganda doesn't isolate you from reality. It overloads you with versions of reality until you stop trusting any of them.
Sorry.
The result isn't blind belief, it's detachment. Public life starts feeling unreal, unreliable, not worth emotional investment. You retreat into a smaller, private world where things make sense. Work, friends, daily routines, personal problems.
Yeah.
From the outside, this looks like apathy. From the inside, it feels like survival. One of the strangest parts is how normal everything stays. You can live under constant propaganda and still love genuinely.
Oh my gosh, Finn. Really? That's interesting. Sorry, Finn says, my sister is a progressive who lives in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. She fell into the trap when they reported on kids getting litter boxes in public schools. I was flabbergasted. I said, sis, that shit is fake. Yeah, Finn. And like, your sister is a progressive. You just said that. Anyone can fall into this shit. And that's what's dangerous about it. Like the fact that a lot of people think that they're immune to it. And no one is. Everyone can fall into it. Everyone can fall into it. I've fallen into it before. I warn my community all the time. Don't always listen to everything I say because God knows I could be wrong about something. And, like, all right, how would you even beat propaganda then? It's very hard, Hiyori. It's very hard. Right, Dolly Boy, okay? We can talk about it at some point. There are ways to sort of combat it. Education is one thing, but that won't completely solve the problem. If you want my full opinion on this, I think we should majorly crack down on social media companies. I just do. I do. I think we need to crack down on it. We need to force them to regulate because I just, at this point, there's this idea of freedom. Like, okay, well, yeah, but it's literally destroying the country for people to be able to say whatever they want on these social media platforms. And I would rather not, I think we need to regulate these companies. You see what I mean? They need to be massively regulated. or taken over by the government. Okay, I know I'm going a bit far there. I'm letting my inner socials out. But regardless, there are different ways to do it, okay? And we can all disagree on this. Thank you so much, In Your Groove. Thank you. Okay, we'll play a game here in a second.
Fall in love. Still argue about nonsense. Still worry about trivial things.
It's complicated, though.
Life doesn't become a tragedy play. It becomes thinner. Some colors fade. Some emotions flatten. I remember sitting in a cafe once, scrolling my phone. I read something heavy. I felt that familiar tightness in my chest, and then, almost immediately, I switched to a meme and laughed. The transition was seamless, no guilt.
Yeah, Bayflower Kid, that's a good idea. If you force them, if you give them liability for false information and stuff, then they might change their tune. If the profit motive, if they link it to the profit motive, that's a good idea. We can debate this sometime. I have some ideas, but I definitely do not have a monopoly on truth when it comes to how to fix this, so we can talk about it sometime.
That scared me more than the news. Propaganda loves that. It doesn't want your outrage. Outrage is unstable. It wants your disengagement, your silence, your ability to live as if nothing is happening, even though something is. Eventually, you stop arguing, not because.
Well, but that is sort of a form of soft censorship, Mayflower Kid. I got to tell you, that it's like I know what you mean, not like direct censorship. But I'm also not calling for direct censorship. I'm mainly calling for massive regulation and I guess liability. I guess I'm kind of calling for what you're calling for.
You agree, but because arguing feels pointless, almost embarrassing, like trying to reason with the bad weather.
Yes.
You stop saying this is wrong. You start saying, I don't know. You stop saying this is a lie. You start saying, who knows what's really going on. You don't defend truth, you retreat from it. That's how propaganda really works. It doesn't turn you into a fanatic. It turns you into someone who just wants to get through the day without being emotionally destroyed by things they can't change.
Jesus,
and the most disturbing part is that from the inside, this feels reasonable, mature even, calm, balanced. Only later, when you leave that environment, do you start noticing what it did to you. How careful your language became, how automatically you avoid certain topics, how silence feels normal, even comforting.
But see, that's the problem with me, folks, is that I don't avoid topics when I'm like out in public. It's actually really bad. I'm really bad at interacting with people. I think I've told you this before. I'll just be, people like, hey, how are you having a good day? I'm doing well. So, and then I'll start talking about something horrific that's happening in the news, and I always scare people away. But anyway.
I noticed it after I left. In conversations where people spoke openly and directly, I felt exposed, almost unsafe. Not because they were aggressive, but because clarity itself felt unfamiliar. Some habits don't disappear quickly. I'm not saying this to claim moral superiority. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm not saying I handled it better than others. I didn't. I'm saying this because the Western idea of propaganda as simple brainwashing is comforting but wrong. It lets you believe that as long as you're smart, you're safe. The real version is quieter, more psychological, more human. Propaganda doesn't shout at you until you believe. It talks until you're too tired to care.
Yes,
and
oh
that's
my God.
Why it works.
He
Thank
knows.
you for watching.
He knows his shit. Thank you so much, In Your Groove. That was a great video. Thank you, In Your Groove, really. Okay. That was a great video. Is Louise here again? Louise, are you back? Are you back? Are you back, Louise? One other thing I wanted to show you here. When it comes to propaganda, I saw this too in the news. I saw this on the news. Let's see if I can find it. Thank the Y. Yes, I refuse to thank the YT algorithm, but yes, okay, fair. Where did I see this? So I don't know if you guys heard this. The Republicans are trying to pass a law, and in this law is a hidden thing. I know I'm being very descriptive right now. Here we go.
Your spending bill.
So Florida, in its infinite wisdom, this is where I'm talking about propaganda and stuff. Okay, like they're doing evil things right in front of our faces, but no one notices it. Propaganda can also be failing to talk about certain things or like not talking about certain things. So here we have, this is, okay. Evil. You're going to see that this is evil In Your Groove. At least I think this is evil. Okay. This was on Fox News. This is a member of the MAHA movement. If anyone knows the MAHA movement, Make America Healthy Again, they're a bunch of crackpots. they do have some points, and I'm not defending them. I'm saying they're right that America needs to be healthy again. They definitely are approaching it the wrong way, and they definitely believe some really kooky stuff that makes zero sense. But they're upset because they're lunatics. They are upset that they're happy that Republicans in Florida are trying to ban paper straws, because we need everything to be plastic. There's not an issue with microplastics. There's no issue with the fact that plastic is made from petroleum and is destroying the environment. That's okay. They're mad because they're trying to ban. They're happy because Republicans of Florida are trying to ban paper straws. Now, why one would want to ban paper straws, I don't know. Probably because of oil companies donating to Republicans. Something, it's almost certainly something corrupt or evil, whatever. But listen to what she says, because the Republicans also included another provision in this bill. And this Maha person, in a moment of clarity, is like, wait a minute, but why are they, if they really care about health, why are they including this other thing? Okay. It may very well possibly could be, Finn. I live in Ohio, Finn, so trust me, it's not much better here. I got you. At least our weather's a bit crazier. It's pretty crazy, so I don't know. All right. Yeah, who cares? Like, who cares in your group? Like, who cares if you want paper straws? Like, I know paper straws can fall apart and shit. Who cares? All right. We could also just ban straws, right? That'd be great too. So, okay, let's watch this. Listen to what she says. And this is what I mean by comically evil. Like, listen to what they're trying to add to the bill secretly in Florida.
House Republicans are slipping something into our new spending bill. It is Section 453, I believe, which would give immunity to huge pesticide companies. I think it would cover 57,000 different chemicals. And these are chemicals that have been linked to cancer and Parkinson's and infertility. And House Republicans are just slipping it in, which feels like they're giving the middle finger to Maha. And so while I am excited about getting rid of paper straws, and I hate them, I think any girl who enjoys her iced lattes every day
not kidding you, Retro.
Gone, but it feels like this is a bigger issue that we should be talking about if we're concerned with the chemicals and that sort of thing. House Republicans.
Okay, so do you see that? Matt Saga, I have not. There's too much happening in the news right now. Okay, I will definitely will watch it eventually. It looks really good. But stuff going on in Venezuela and things like that. Okay, so she is literally saying. So the Republicans are trying to slip in something to this bill that would protect chemical companies from being charged with crimes for poisoning people with cancer chemicals. You see what I mean? Like, and who is hearing about this? She didn't know about it until she saw the bill. Like, yeah, I agree, guys. I think we should ban all straws. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever is best for the environment. I would have to do research into this. I don't know enough about the topic to comment on it. I think it's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. Regardless, whatever is best for the environment, let's do it. I feel like we need to help the environment. Environment not doing so well, folks. Not doing so well. Regardless, she's being like, oh my God, why did they include this bill? Like, does she not know? It's also kind of funny. Doesn't she know how corrupt they are? Like, of course they're doing that. That's what Republicans do. They're deeply corrupt, and they've been bribed by all these big companies. So, of course, they're going to do what the companies want. Why is Maha siding with MAGA and stuff if they care about health? So, clearly, they've bought into the propaganda. Okay. But water and soap, right? Thank you very much, Samuel Westall. Samuel Westall, we have several folks from here in the UK. Love folks here in the UK. We have I think one or two folks from England. We have a couple, one or two from Scotland as well. But love it. Thank you for your subscription. So again, that sort of comical insanity also happening. Okay, wasn't that great? All right, you guys. So. Jesus. Okay. So I thought you guys would find that amusing. So guys, we have made enough money now. I believe we have. I believe we have made enough money to play a game. And, okay. We have made enough money to play a game. All right. And, oh, that's disappointing. That is disappointing, Samuel Westall. Oh, I fell for it. Oh, well, that's okay. I'll cry myself to sleep tonight thinking about this. Anyway, So moving on, we have a. I'm sorry, folks. I was hoodwinked. I was hoodwinked, guys. Forgive me. I was hoodwinked. I don't think Samuel Westall is double tap screen. Everyone gets the likes up. Samuel Westall, you say MAGA. Okay, forget Samuel Westall. Wait, are you MAGA, Samuel Westall? I'm deeply confused. Unless you're are you just being sarcastic? If you are, I would love that. I would love that if you're being sarcastic there, Samuel Westall. Forgive me, okay? I'm very confused. So I thought for a second you were just messing with me. So, okay. Oh, gosh, okay. Oh, woo! All right. Excellent, Samuel Westall. I know. But trust me, Samuel Westall, we get some loons in here. So thank you. I'm very glad that you are being sarcastic. I assumed. I should have known. You are English. And I know the sarcasm. Okay, anyway. Thank you, Samuel Westall. Okay, not being sarcastic. I'm glad. All right. So, okay. So let us continue now. Let's play a game. That is true. Yeah, maybe having Fox News up on the stream does make me look like MAGA. All right. Yeah, exactly. High-risk trolling approved in this community. Totally, guys. So let's play a game now. I would like to... Oh, shit, I forgot to download. It's okay, Samuel West. Yeah, it won't happen again because I know you're being sarcastic. Please be as sarcastic as you want, Samuel Westall. We have a bunch of sarcastic assholes in this chat. Matt Saigai is one of them. Outer Signal can be kind of a sarcastic asshole. If Jonas was here, Jonas can be a sarcastic asshole. Mayflower Kid, big time sarcastic asshole. Dolly Boy, big old sarcastic. There's a lot of sarcastic assholes in here. Okay, I'm just saying. So don't worry, we love sarcastic assholes in here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'll stop. Nothing, Dolly Boy. Nothing. Meowzord also a sarcastic asshole. Okay. We got me. I'm a sarcastic asshole. All right, guys, come on. I'm gay. You know I'm okay with assholes. It's fine. I'm sorry. It's not the After Dark stream. I shouldn't make jokes like that. Okay, so moving on. Let's go on here. We could do the let's play a game, shall we? I know, Mithra. I love it. I love UK humor. I think I've mentioned it's one of my favorite kinds of humor. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So let's go on to a game, shall we? Outer Signal. Don't you dare laugh at me. Okay. So we could play the drawing game. I don't know. It won't work very well if we play we could play the drawing game. I would just have to put it on my computer. You know what? Let's start by playing. I still need to download. We already, Meowzord, you weren't here when we played it last time. So, okay, we'll play the drawing game. However, I'm going to put up my face as we play it. Should I put up my face so that you guys can't see my answers? You know what? Okay, we'll just play it. So if you guys want to play the drawing game as sort of a wrap up, not necessarily wrap up, but at this end of the stream here, let's play the drawing game. I will create a private room for us. I'll make sure we actually have enough time. You got 80 seconds to draw. Okay. We could play Gartic Phone too. And I will, let's see here. I'll do an invite word count. We need, oh God, I should, this is going to be hard. I need to, I should have chosen good words for us to do. Oh, well, whatever. Let's do this. So I'll send out an invite. I'm going to post it in the chat here. I just post. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for the super chats. All right. Here is the link. If you want to join the game, click the link. What this game is, folks, is that we basically, we go around, you have to draw something, and then we have to guess what it is. Okay. Now, if you draw something inappropriate, of course, I will just get rid of you. But within reason, of course. And so we got one person. We got Mayflower Kid in here. We got Mayflower Kid. I'm out. See ya, Ninjester. Okay. I got you, Outer Signal. Forgive me. I should not have been so blunt. Oh, you know me by now, Outer Signal. You know I'm a degenerate fool. Okay. How dare you be offended? Okay, I know you're not offended. I'm just glad I caught you off guard. Okay. You want to play my sick games, Ninjester? That's fair, Ninjester. Okay, we got Ernst, we got Ice, Asher, Meowsword, Mayflower Kid, Six Semper Tyrannis, Outer Signal. Okay, Asshole Combat. Thank you, Finn. Thank you very much. See, Outer Signal, be more like Finn. Finn appreciates me, okay? Finn appreciates my sense of humor, all right? Finn, I love you. Thank you for joining the stream. You're my new biggest, you're my new biggest, my new favorite person, okay? Everyone ready? Everyone good? Everyone there, good. You better acknowledge him, Outer Signal. Okay, so we got Six Semper Tyrannis, my new bigot. Yes, my new bigot. Everyone good? Everyone good here? We got anyone else that want to join? Anyone else want to join? Of course, anyone can watch. As a matter of fact, wait, I need to cheat. I got to get my drawing pad out. I need to get my drawing pad out. Meowsword, how dare you say my new bigot? What does that mean, Meowsword? What? You think me being bigoted against gay people? Meowsword, what do you think I'm being bigoted against gay people? All right, is that what you're saying? All right. Well, I mean, kind of was that way, I guess. I'm sorry, Dolly Boy. I meant to say gay people and bi people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to not include you. I'm sure you all, I know bi people also like that. Anyway. Oh, I got you, Meowsword. Okay. That's okay, guys. None of us are artists, trust me. Except for me. I am, of course, the best artist. I am not an artist. The room is full. Oh, I can make it bigger. Here, guys, I can make it bigger. Let's go up to 20. Okay, go ahead and try again. Try again, guys. I just made the room bigger. Yes, Finn. Yes. Come on, Finn. That's the name of my cat. My cat's name is Bigot. What do you mean? Come here, Bigot. Come here. Okay, not really. But all right. Go ahead, guys. You can try it now. I just increased the. That's so cool, Retro Asher. I just increased the. Is this gonna work for me? Can I? Is it gonna? Am I connected? I connected to the right thing. I did not. Okay, I need to still trying to figure out where to connect the shit. Okay, guys, please join if you want to. We got a couple minutes left here before we start. Yeah, all right. And you'll have 90 seconds. You have 90 seconds. 80. You have. Yeah, Dolly Boy could have a worse name considering what Lovecraft called his pet. What did Lovecraft call his pet? You know, maybe don't say it, Dolly Boy. I'd have to look it up. I know he had some racial views that were not exactly something we should talk about, at least not on this stream. But okay. What was your message, Toy Toy? I'm sorry, Toy Toy. I was distracted. Anyone else want to join? Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, it probably was. I need pics of your new rig, CR. Oh, gladly, Mithra. I will send you pics of my new rig. I did put in the chat what the specifications are. If anyone wants to know what the specifications are, go to Discord. Oh, it is. God. Okay, go to Discord and look at the, and you can go to chat to see the new spec. Okay, it's the specs of my new rig here. Even though I'm gonna live in poverty forever now, that's okay. I'm okay with that. All right, so there we go. Oh wait. Ooh, I should not have done that. Okay, everyone ready? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone ready? Let's go. Start. All right, round one. Who's going to draw first here? SoCal, you choose a word. So, folks, this is how it works. You thank you, Toy Toy, for that donation, etc. You choose a word, and then you draw the word, and then you have to guess it on the page. We have to guess on the page what the word is. I need to hide my screen because otherwise, all you degenerates out there are going to cheat. I know how you are. You know what? Let me go. I'll go in a bunch so that you can only see what. It can only. I don't know. You can. This probably won't help much, will it? Oh, that won't help. That will not be good. Okay, solid rig. What do we think? Are you going SoCal? I don't see it. Oh God, I can't see it actually. Shit. You know what? Let's do it this way. Are you drawing? There we go. There we go. It's empty. It's empty. Are you drawing? Whose turn is it? No one's drawing. SoCal, are you there? SoCal, no, SoCal. Okay. You know, let's do it this way. I'm going to move this over because you guys will be able to see my screen. There we go. There it is. There it is. SoCal in the game now. I'll move this over so that you guys can't see my screen and cheat because I know that's all you degenerates want to do is cheat. So we'll do. Okay, that looks to me like a. No. Oop. Dear God. Okay, round. All right. Well, okay. That's I resent that. Toya, Victoria, your turn, Victoria. I know. There we go. I'm trying to move it over here. You know what? I'm going to put my face up. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Whatever. I'm deeply confused about how to do this. We'll do this. Okay. Next one here. Victoria. Whose turn is it? Victoria? Victoria? Oh, she's drawing now, apparently. I don't see it. I don't see it, Victoria. There we go. There we go. And Victoria's drawing. What is it? It is... Oh! What? Some of them are hard, by the way, folks. Some of them are hard. Ooh. What the hell? Statue. It looks like a red at the top. Is it the Eye of Sauron? Shit. Watch, it's going to be something super obvious. Oh. Well, I got to admit, what is that? I'm a fool. What is a kendama? I don't even know what that is. I'm telling you, I know I'm incompetent. Okay, Mira, it's your turn, Mira. What are you going to draw, Mira? That was kind of a hard one. We're getting some hard ones here. Let's see what this one is. Okay. We got some good guesses here. Oh. What? These are really hard ones. What is that? Oh. Jesus Christ. Crazy witch? Why are we getting so many hard ones? This is why I need to add my own goddamn words. This is insane. What is this? Okay, yeah. What the hell? Okay. I know, I'm sorry you guys can't see that. I need to figure out a way so that you guys can actually see it. What was the word? Harry Potter. Oh, okay. Whose turn is it now? I don't know. Whose turn is it now? Okay, Sir Bartholomew. Is it... Oh. Oh, I know what it is. Yes! Okay. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, that makes me hungry. Anyway. All right. I mean, I can show my screen, but people aren't allowed to cheat. I know some people are not playing, they're watching, but you're not allowed to cheat. How about that? Okay? If I put up my screen, no one's allowed to cheat. I'll hide the answer there. I'll hide the answer. How about that? I'll hide the answer, and I'll get in close so that people who aren't playing can... Okay, Outer Signal, your turn. Yay, Mithril, yay! Okay. What's this one? This is not helping me. Oh. Okay, no one look at my screen, obviously. Yes, all right. Of course, we're losing all our viewers, but that's okay. It's fun. Near the end of the stream anyway. There you go. Is this better, Dolly Boy? Are you happier, Dolly Boy, now that you can see the screen? You know what? Here, I have an idea. Oh, I know what I can do. I can hide my answer by putting up my face right there. There we go. I'll hide my answer by putting my face right there. That's good. We'll do that. All right. There we go. Now you guys can't see my answer. Yeah, no problem, Dolly Boy. You know I support you and love you, Dolly Boy. All right. Ooh, I can move it around. Ooh. Okay. Hide my answers. There's a delay? Okay. Well, that's good. Hmm. Oh, that's a good point, Dolly Boy. Okay. Ooh. By the way, the current winner is Ice VR is currently ahead. What the heck is this? What is that? Oh. No. Huh. I have no idea. Casserole. Oh my God. Okay. Casserole. I get it. Those are two. Okay. All right. Ice VR. Your turn. I'm Midwest. I should know what a casserole is. That's like 85% of my diet is casseroles here in Ohio. All right. What's next? What is potato famine? It was a lemon in a 69. Could be, Finn. Oh, well, that's... Oh. Why is my name Zimbabwe? Did my name automatically get picked as Zimbabwe? Jesus Christ. Oh, you put smiley faces. That's cute. Easy. Yeah. Yeah, you did, Victoria. Like, some of these words are really hard and some of them are super easy. Okay. Asher. Oop, nope. Spelled that wrong. Oh. Shit, what is it called? Oh. Oh. How did I spell it wrong? Oh my God, I kept putting a C instead of an S. Jesus Christ. Ugh, I'm humiliated. Okay, Meowzord, go ahead. Go ahead, Meowzord, do your shit. All right, let's go. Don't you dare laugh at me, Samuel. Okay, don't you dare laugh at me. I kept putting a C instead of an S. Okay, what is this? Yeah, Meowzord, is the word indecisive? Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm being an asshole. Okay, Oh. Oh. go. Yay! All right, I got that. Right, Finn? I agree. This is good. Got no brush. Got force clicked down and made me scribble. I got you, man. I'm just being an asshole. All right. Okay. Mayflower Kid. Choosing a word. All right. Ready, Mayflower Kid? You ready for this, Mayflower Kid? I have hope for you, Mayflower Kid. I have much hope for you. Are you still here, Mayflower Kid? Mayflower Kid? No? Okay, here we go. I think the answer is the void. You didn't get a word? That's weird. No, Mayflower Kid, no. Doesn't it say somewhere on your screen, Mayflower Kid? Oh, there are two Mayflower. Oh, there are multiple. Oh, I got it. Oh, I see. I got it. Okay, I kicked the Mayflower Kid because there were more than one. There was more than one Mayflower Kid, so that must have been the other one. Okay, my turn. Oh God, you guys can't see my screen. Jesus. Okay. Oh Jesus. All right. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Shit, where's my? Okay, I'm ready. Can you guys see it? I mean, you guys can see it on your screens, right? I know you can't see it on mine, but I'm not allowed to show it to you. Oh, wait, I guess it would be... Okay. Okay. Hey, most people got it. All right. Yay. All right, I'll put it back over here. Here we go. Put it back over here. Okay. All right, SoCal. You're blocked out now, Mayflower Kid? What do you mean? Mayflower Kid, I kicked out. There were multiple Mayflower Kids on the screen, so I kicked out one of them. Maybe I kicked out the wrong one. I'm sorry, Mayflower Kid. You might want to rejoin. Hey. Really? That's weird, Mayflower Kid. I'm sorry. You may want to try again, or maybe try a different name. I don't know what happened. I know, no, Mayflower Kid. There were multiple versions of you on the screen, so I kicked out the one that wasn't drawing anything because I assumed that was an empty one, and that you were another one of them. All right. Woo. Yeah, okay. Toya, Victoria. Oh my God, I'm getting an ad. Jesus Christ. More propaganda for all of us to deal with. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, we love you. I know, Mayflower Kid. I love you, Mayflower Kid. I'm sorry that there were other imposters. Oh. I'm sorry, Mayflower Kid. You know I love you. I partially did this because you asked me to. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm a sad jester. Here, I'll even put the sad jester icon up. Just for you, Mayflower Kid. All right. Okay. Who's next here? Mira! Who is Mira, by the way? Who's Mira in here? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Dictator CR strikes again. Dolly boy! I swear to God, you're just like Lee Lane, always coming in here and pouring gasoline on a fire. This is what bisexuals do, folks. Let's be clear. This is what bisexuals are always doing. They're always causing problems, okay? God. All right. Hey, Retro Asher, I'm sorry. You're one of the good ones. I don't mean to be mean to you, Retro Asher. You're one of the good ones. Most are bad. But, like, you know, I do have one bisexual friend, and that's Retro Asher. So I will say. Okay. But all right. Exactly, London. Welcome, London. Okay, welcome, London. Dolly boy, I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when I said it. Okay. All right. So, okay. Oh, good, Dolly boy. I'm glad. Whew. Ugh. Okay. I'm always like, oh, is this one going to cross the line? I'm always testing that line, Dolly boy. Okay. Okay, what's this? Oh. Oh. Meowsword, this, well, I'll ask in a second. Okay. That is a lot of blood, right? Well, Meowsword, this isn't bad. I'm surprised. I mean, wait a minute. No, Meowsword's not drawing this. Who's drawing this? Who drew that? Who the hell drew that? I shouldn't have been complimenting Meowsword. Who was that? Oh well, whatever. I don't know. I lost it. Outer Signal. Thank you, Outer Signal. That was really good. Okay, I admit it. That was really good. Okay, we got Ernst now. Ernst is now up. What? How did you? How are people already guessing the word? Oh, that's funny, TJ. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was not that difficult of one. Anyway. Yay, okay. Yes, Druzilla. What's up, Druzilla? I definitely lack the motor skills. That's fair, Mithril. I understand. Okay, what the hell is this? Zimbabwe, hilarious, Asher. That was a good one. The hell is this? Oh. There we go. Oh, there's serious lag going on? That's weird. Uh-oh. Anyone else seeing some lag? Okay. All right. Asher. Hit streamer Zimbabwe. How dare you, Asher? Okay. Easter. Okay. Oh, Oh, it's so cute. That's a really good drawing. Asher. Jesus Christ, Asher. Wow, not bad. Not bad, Asher. Or that wasn't Asher? Do I keep telling CP? Okay, it was Asher that drew that, wasn't it? It was Asher that drew that. Okay, that was good, Asher. I approve. Oh. Piss-colored KKK, KKK. You're all degenerates, you know that? All you see everywhere is the KKK. All right? I mean, if you live in America, it might be because you're literally seeing them outside your window, but still. All right? What the hell? Average Sicilian? Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Some I should have been okay. Oh, wait, I can't see, you're not allowed to see my screen. Okay. All right, let's see here. We'll do oh. Okay, we'll do this one. Shit, where's my... All right, it would be, I guess... Jesus Christ. Oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, this is so bad. Yay! Okay, good. We only got it. Fantastic. Okay, that's good. All right. By the way, I need to no screen peeking, right? I need to put on nail polish because I still have all my nail polish here. Maybe tomorrow we'll do it whereby if I get a donation, I'll put on nail polish and you get to choose the color. Okay, let's see here. Back to business, folks. Outer signal, how did you get that? Oh. Oh my God, I spelled it wrong. I'm an idiot. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I'm such a teacher. I kept spelling it rubric. Rubric. Like a rubric. Like, okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Who's next? We're going to ignore that. This is, okay. Yeah, rubric crew. Okay. Ooh. Hey. Oh, this brings me back. This brings me back to Salem. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to. Shouldn't give anything away. Okay. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. A lot of people getting it right in chat. Okay. Cauldron. Thank you, Samuel Westall. Thank you. Great respect to you, Samuel Westall. I promise we normally do serious stuff too, Samuel Westall, but it's near the end of the stream, so hopefully you got to see some of the serious stuff. Because we gotta have some fun, Samuel. We have to keep ourselves sane in this horrific world. Haha, Toya, I guessed that word before you did. Okay, but we were both wrong. All right. I have no idea what this is. Aircraft. Okay. Next one here. Outer signal. Outer signal. Of course, outer signal has to outdraw all of us. Oh, okay. Oh dear. What? Oh. Oh my God. I'm going to cry. How dare. Oh my goodness. Why'd you have to choose that one? Why'd you have to choose that one, outer signal? The most okay, I'm not going to give it away. Okay. Re-traumatizing me all over again, outer signal. No screen peek. Okay. Yeah, you're totally digging up some Disney trauma there. That was such a disturbing Disney movie. Also, one of their weirdly woke ones. That was all, that like in a good way. Okay, where the enemy was human beings. Two-legged dog, Samuel Westwell. All right, outer signal outdoing all of us. All right, what's this? All right. Well, that's obviously Donald Trump. I don't know. Okay. Oh my God, what the hell? Okay. What is it? Fascist leader? Dictator? Oh. Okay. Well, that works too. Whoever said Orange Jesus, I mean, seems to be for a lot of people. Anyway, okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. Ice, you're up. I am disappointed in my score right now. I am deeply disappointed in my score.
Mm-hmm. Very convenient, right? Let's see here. Oh. Oh, sorry. I'm calm. Yes. Okay. You're not bad at this, Ice VR. You're not bad at this at all. All right. You're not bad at this at all, Ice VR. Okay. Wow, not bad. Did you just write down crumb crack there, Meowsar? Asher! Asher's turn. Okay. God, for a second there, I thought that was something inappropriate. But okay. Who got that right? Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm a fool. It took me a bit. Took me a bit, guys. Took me a bit. Okay, that wasn't bad. Who was that one that did that one? I don't know. Someone did it. Good job, whoever it was. Yeah, it psyched me out, so I said no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, I thought so, or Ernst. I thought it was something like that. I thought it was a body part that I've never seen before, but anyway. What's this? I need to stop putting it up on my screen so y'all can't see my answers here. Oh my God, Sir Bartholomew, I'm jealous. Why can't you share your edibles? All right. I know you would, Sir Bartholomew. If I was there with you, you would share your edibles with me, I'm sure. Because otherwise I'd have to beat you up. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Bartholomew. Though I think you'd probably beat me up, Sir Bartholomew. Oh. What do you mean it's a disagreement in the UK? What do you mean? Oh God, no one look at my screen. No one look at my screen. No one look at my screen. You're not allowed to. Okay. All right, let's try this instead. Crap. Okay, we'll do this. How do I... Jesus Christ. It's not... There it is. Okay. Jesus, this is not good. I know it's all yellow, so it's hard to see. There we go. Okay, I know I'm the best drawing. Okay, there we go. Yay! Okay, that was good. That was good. I like that.
Meowzord won. Okay, first place was Meowzord. You know, I'll put this on my screen. First place was Meowzord after cheating with a score of... Where did it go? Did it just disappear on me? Did it just disappear on me? It just disappeared on me. Okay, did someone see the score? It was Meowzord in first place. It disappeared. I wasn't even done reading it. It disappeared on me. Okay. It was Meowzord in first place. I think it was Asher in second. Okay, who was it? Who was it? God damn it. It literally just disappeared. Okay, you know what? I don't know what happened. So, regardless, though, I believe it was... Okay, thank you. Meowzord first. Retro Asher was second. Who was in third? Ice was third. Okay, yay! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Meowzord first. Asher second. Ice third. Okay? Yay, good job. La-da-da-da, la-da-da-da, la. I'm sure R6. I'm sure that was there. Now I know who Ernst was, R6. Okay. All right, you guys. Outer Signal was up there, but left prematurely. Outer Signal! Outer Signal, come on. What are you doing, Outer Signal? Don't you want credit? Okay, just kidding. Okay. Though Meowzord kicked us because we were challenging him, that's possible. That's very Machiavellian there of Meowzord. All right, let me put up my face. Okay. Ooh, I guess you can't see my face for some reason. Let's go. Okay, video kind of. All right. So, all right, you guys. So Retro Asher, I don't think we got to that number, and we didn't get to that number. Let's put it this way: I originally said I already did an extended time stream, so I'm just going to count it as that. And I don't think I was going to do an After Dark stream anyway, but we will do an After Dark stream tomorrow if we get enough things. Okay, so tomorrow, folks, if we get sorry, Retro Asher, if we get enough donations tomorrow, we'll do an After Dark stream. For those that are new to the community, if we get a certain number of super chats or donations, we do an After Dark stream where I come on later, and it's only on Twitch, and it's deeply inappropriate and traumatizing. Deeply inappropriate and traumatizing. It's not that inappropriate. It's not. No. So it did count. It did count. It just counted towards extended time because I originally said we'll do an After Dark or I'll extend the time. I should have just said we'll extend the time because I normally do After Dark streams on Tuesdays and Fridays. So if the After Dark streams they're not that deeply inappropriate. We listen to music together. I curse freely. We watch some comedy shit. We talk about things that we can't really talk about on YouTube because it would be considered against TOS. It's not like, it does not mean that it is like, it doesn't mean that we're doing horrible things. But we talk more freely there. And sometimes I will be imbibing certain chemicals, that, whatever, maybe, thank you, Tarbin. Thank you, Tarbin. I am a nice streamer, Tarbin. So, okay, it's a Diddy party. No, it is not a crime stream, okay? It is not. How dare you, R6? It is not a Diddy party, okay? Those are on Sundays. And R6, oh, wait, I already said that. It's a crime stream where we commit crimes and do evil things. Yes, horrible things. We actually literally just listen to music from all over the world. Anyone can send in music. Okay, anyone can send in music and we just listen to it together as a group, and then we might watch like short movies or clips of things together, and I might start crying about something because I've been drinking. You never know. All sorts of weird things happen during the night streams. Dolly Boy, I'm always harassing you. Okay, we don't need an After Dark stream for me to harass you. I mean, come on, Dolly Boy. It's like what? It's a Monday. Of course I'm going to harass you. Okay, Frank and his beans. TJ, how dare you? Okay, I do have Bane's Freaks. Okay, yes, copyright. Shh, Retro Asher. We don't talk about that. You know why? Because I'm not large enough on Twitch yet for anyone to notice that we're listening to copyrighted music. So yeah. But anyway, so we listened to some music on stream, and we watched some things on YouTube. All right. Okay. So what was I going to say? Yes, I am good to go now. I have been streaming for nearly 4 hours. Normally, I only go for 2.5 hours. So I know I've been trying to increase the length of my stream. So technically, I guess I try to go for 3. So we got to 4. I'm trying to stream longer and longer as my channel grows and stuff, and to ensure I make enough money, etc. So anyway, because I need to survive. Regardless, everyone ready for this? You all know what I'm about to say. You know I love you very much. Where has your invite been? What do you mean your invite? You're always invited to the freak off. Okay. Okay, Victoria, you're right, but I don't know how to do that, Victoria. You're saying this is the last time I'm going to suggest this movie time. Higher bids gets to choose the movie or documentary. That's fair, Victoria. We could do that. We could do like an auction. But then like people who donate but then don't get their bid, I know I'm too nice. I would feel bad if people lost money and didn't get what they wanted. I know, Victoria, you should be beating me over the head. Okay, well, maybe we'll talk about it. I might send you a message, Victoria. We can talk about steel bladder you have. Okay. I have seen no Diddy stream. Drusilla, I know. Forgive me, Drusilla. I need to get more baby oil. So, have you looked into taxes for this being your income? Yes, I have, SoCal. Right now, I am not making enough for it to be taxable. Or let's put it this way, I'm not making enough for it to matter at the moment. So that's good, at least. At least my poverty is helping me out with my taxes a bit at the moment. Or at the very least, I don't have to pay much in taxes because I'm barely making much income. All right. Okay. So, everyone ready? Go prime these one stream ends. I'll post some. Please do, Retro. I want to see your models. Okay. Everyone ready? You all know what I'm about to say? I am editing it a bit, folks, because I don't think I should say anymore. Think for yourselves, because that's a right wing. That's a right wing thing to say. And it's also, you know, I'm okay with people thinking for themselves, but like a lot of people don't know how to read media, I've found. So I'm going to frame, you know, maybe I'll frame it differently. Anyway, you all know what I'm about to say. Everyone ready for this? You all know what I'm about to say. First of all, free Palestine. Please, free Palestine, free Palestine. Now we're going to say also free Venezuela. Okay, free Venezuela, free Ukraine, free all of them. Second of all, never stop resisting. The easiest way to resist is to not be blindly obedient to authority figures, okay? And that I almost say, I want to say think for yourselves, don't be blindly obedient to authority figures. You're welcome, R6. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't be blindly obedient to authority figures. That includes me. When you're watching me, all right? You know, even when you're watching me, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. See what other people are saying. Don't get caught in an information silo, because the easiest way to resist is to question authority figures, question people online. Do not blindly believe, okay? Thirdly, we're living in a fascist moment in this country. Fascism thrives in an environment where people have lost faith in their democratic institutions. The way to fight fascism is not to stand in the center. Do not stand in the center. Do not be a slug. Do not let the fascists walk all over you. Do not be like Chuck Schumer, okay? You got to fight back. We need major reforms in this country. We need major reforms in this country. We need to push the country in a way where people feel economically secure so that they don't fall into fascism. And screw you, Matt Saigai. Okay, we need major reforms in this country. On the wall behind me is a sword. The name of that sword is Chainbreaker. Chainbreaker has been passed out in my family in many years. It is thought to have been responsible for the death of many slave owners. 7 slave owners. Why do I have it back there? I have it back there to remind everyone that our ancestors made major sacrifices for some of the things we have today, including putting their lives on the line for some of the rights we have. And this includes all over the world, okay? We cannot let their sacrifice go to waste, folks. Please, please, please do not let their sacrifice go to waste. I'm telling you as a historian, please don't let them, please don't let their sacrifice go to waste. And always, always, always fight for a better future. And on that note, folks, you all know I love you very much. And as we get some trolls here in chat now, or at least one troll in chat, I'm glad to be going. All right. So everyone ready for this? You ready to go? Okay. Love you all very much. Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll stream regular tomorrow. Bye-bye. Love you all. Have I mentioned that? I'm stalling because I'm trying to find the button. Love you all very much. You're all the best. I mean, well, some of you, I could do without some of you. I'll be streaming tomorrow, so guys, when I'm not stalling, I'm just trying to find the button because I put there it is. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, guys. I'll stream again tomorrow.